Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 80 and mostly cloudy at 10 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. There's a code red heat advisory for today, tomorrow, and Thursday in Allegheny County. Also, an ozone air quality alert has been issued for today with sunny skies, light winds, and highs in the 90s. That will combine to push ozone levels up this afternoon. And now, even with these temperatures in the mid-90s, PennDOT says work on the Commercial Street Bridge replacement is moving ahead as planned. Here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
District 11 Executive Jason Zhang says he's concerned about the safety of crews working in the high temperatures, but says there are no plans to slow or stop the project.
These are tough people. They work around the clock. They work in snow and ice and hot weather. They're not going to stop.
Zhang says it takes committed men and women to do this kind of work, adding he's proud of the crews for pushing forward while making safety the top priority. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Stocks are edging higher after this morning's report showing inflation is dropping. Consumer prices fell more than analysts were expecting by 0.4% from May to June, the sharpest in over 6 years. Compared to the same month last year, inflation dropped to 3.5% from 4.2%. At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow is now up 34 points at 52,539. The S&P up 22, and the Nasdaq is up 163. One person was killed last night in a motorcycle accident in Beaver County. Police in New Sewickley Township say it happened around 5:30 p.m. on Pizzelle Road. The early investigation indicates the motorcycle left the roadway, traveled over an embankment, and overturned several times. The yet-to-be-identified driver died at the scene. Sinkhole repairs are underway on Cumberland Road in McCandless. A large sinkhole opened last week on Cumberland in front of UPMC Passavant. They say this project to reopen the road could last about 10 days. The Butler Area School District is a step closer to a cell phone ban. The district's board voted unanimously last night to approve the first reading of a policy change for a bell-to-bell cell phone ban in the upcoming school year. A second reading and vote is expected during the board's August 10th meeting. Attorney General Dave Sunday is urging the Pennsylvania House to pass new sentencing guidelines. A state Supreme Court ruling says sentences of life in prison for second-degree murder are unconstitutional, and it eliminates them, which takes effect next week. Sunday says if lawmakers don't act, there'll be no sentencing parameters for second-degree murder convictions, and hundreds of inmates already serving sentences could be resentenced to new terms and possibly released. KDKA Sports, the World Cup semifinals start this afternoon. France and Spain are playing at 3 p.m. in Dallas. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:03. It's 80, partly cloudy in Pittsburgh with AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
The amount of compensation received from a lung cancer or mesothelioma lawsuit varies. But at Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky & White, the goal is simple. Maximize your recovery and ensure you receive the full compensation you deserve. Asbestos manufacturers spent decades concealing the dangers of asbestos exposure, and today, many suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma are fighting back. You are not alone in this fight. Call GPW today at 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
Summer storms can spell disaster for your roof and more. At Home Genius Exteriors, we stop the damage before it starts. Call now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
Summer's here. The sun is shining, the road is calling, and there's never been a better time to upgrade your ride at Bowser's Chevrolet Monroeville. Whether you're planning beach trips, family vacations, or just enjoying every mile of summer, Bowser Chevrolet has the Chevy you've been waiting for. And right now at Bowser Chevrolet, qualifying buyers can drive home with 0% financing for 60 months. Plus, no payments until Labor Day. For well-qualified buyers, dealer doc fee of $490 applies, tax, title, and fees not included, with approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends July 31st. Come to Bowser Chevrolet Monroeville and take a test drive. That's the power of Bowser.
Oh, that's the power of Bowser. Yeah.
Bowser Chevrolet Monroeville. BowserChevrolet.com.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen was
what's up is we have fly stuck in the ointment that is the detour, Marty, from the turnpike coming out of Monroeville. Let's say you're going over to Allegheny Valley and thinking you'll get around the Commercial Street Bridge closure via Route 28. Well, you will, but it'll take you an hour to do it because we have an accident southbound on 28. It continues to crawl for you through the RIDC Park area, down past the Blawnox on-ramp and Fox Chapel. That accident is between Fox Chapel and the Highland Park Bridge, so just work that into your travel plans right now. The interstate detour using Penn Avenue through Wilkinsburg and Fifth Avenue through Oakland is much better inbound. That for you is right around a 34-minute ride right now. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, Ellen.
Yes, sir.
You know this stuff and you watch it. What's your take so far?
Oh, honestly,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, well, that's the only way we roll is honestly, Marty. So, yeah, all in all, I think it's a good time that they timed this. They picked this time of year for a reason. People are on vacation, number one. It's a good time. Schools aren't in session, so Oakland's not the hub of activity. I mean, it's busy, but Pitt's not in session, Carlo, Chatham, all those places. So I think folks are using the detours. They used them more today than they did yesterday, for sure, Marty. Yep. And now what you're seeing, though, is what happens when you have a lot of people using a detour and then we get an accident.
Yeah.
Then it gets a little gummed up. But overall, I don't think this is just blowing smoke. I do think the detours are working. I mean, I said to somebody earlier, Pittsburgh's topography, the hills and the rivers and the bridges that we love, it doesn't make it easy for engineers to figure out where to put people, So I think, hey, let's see how it goes each day.
So
but
let me mention this because I know you want to hear this.
Yeah.
So they're supposed to implode that bridge today.
Okay. Today?
Yeah, they were supposed to. It's been postponed because they're not ready yet. Now, I think PennDOT's been wonderful and engaging. They had a live news coverage yesterday. They've been fantastic, and they're going to have delays, but they delayed it by at least a day. This is what I'm being told by my people.
Got it. Okay. I did not know that today was the day. I understood last I heard, and my sources could be less fresh than yours, Marty, that it was going to happen later this week. But yeah, so there you go. I mean, you have your insiders. But as far as what's happening out there, I mean, they have, I think last check, as of yesterday's presser, they had 60% of that road surface removed from that superstructure. That's no small feat. They're working 12 hours a day, 24 hours.
PennDOT's been wonderful.
Yeah. But yeah, so as far as driving goes, I think we're doing the best we can, and so far so good. I do think a lot of people, and this is just my thought, is a lot of people are using the opportunity to take time off or to telecommute, which is smart.
And you and I know this town. I told my wife this, from July 4th until like September, everybody's gone.
Yes, it is a different ride this time of year.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks, my friend. You're the best.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be hot and humid with plenty of sunshine, a high up to 94 with AccuWeather real field temperatures approaching 100. Mainly clear, warm, and muggy tonight, though 72. For tomorrow, sunshine mixing with clouds, very hot and humid, the high 95. Real feels over 100. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up? As you just heard me telling Ellen, and I am not picking on PennDOT. If the guys are listening and the women are listening, you guys have been kicking ass. I know very little about any of this stuff, but everything they've done has been top-notch. The communication process, the signage, the way they set up the detours, all this stuff has been amazing. I'm told that they're delaying this implosion, this bridge, by at least a day. Stuff happens, man. This is not an easy process. It just isn't. I saw some PennDOT folks saying they're worried about people trying to sneak up and watch this. Folks, get a life. Seriously. If your goal this week is to sneak and watch a bridge implode, get a life. Get a job. Do something consequential. Don't expose yourself or your family to danger. Stay the hell away. Anyway, looks like a delay by at least a day, but I mean this. They've been kicking ass. They've been wonderful, PennDOT. And their lines of communication, oftentimes with bureaucracies, they suck, but not this case. They've done a hell of a job. I got to call BS on the mayor's office and the semantics of the lingo of public safety. The truth of the matter is that we have a problem at the pools. We have these derelicts, these teenagers, these thugs, these punks, these gangbangers, whatever the hell you want to call them. They go to the pools and they scare the hell out of people. They beat each other up. They beat other people up. And people hate it. And same thing at Kenny Weird. Same thing at Sandcastle. And what they've done, because they're smart, chaperone policy. You got to be this age. You got to have someone with you. You can't come in. Smart. Keeps the thugs out. And by the way, it does what America should do. Hold mom and dad responsible. Some adult. Anyway. Because if you don't, the punks win out. And what's been happening at the pools is these idiots, 100 at a time, go to a pool, start throwing people around. And the truth of the matter is, it scares the hell out of some. I ain't going there. I have men my age old who used to swim at the pools and won't go anymore. Because they get in there and there's a bunch of punk, thug idiots creating havoc and scaring people. And so, the truth of the matter is, the cops, the city's had enough, and so now they have a chaperone policy. But the city doesn't want to call it that. Listen to this clip. Great stuff by my man Barry. Listen.
For the first time since COVID, the city of Pittsburgh has resurrected what it calls family swim. Bottom line, no unaccompanied children during those times.
Why are we not calling this specifically a chaperone policy?
Well, so our goal is to bring back family swim.
Yeah.
The city's always done it. We want to be family first. We believe every family should choose Pittsburgh to live. So I think a family approach from 5 to 7 allows us to do that.
Okay. This is why they're doing this. Listen, these idiots. They're at the pools kicking the crap out of each other. And listen. This is last week.
I will be 3692 from now until 2000 hours for Sector 2 swimming pool details.
One more time. This is not a joke. It's now part of the cops' detail.
I will be 3692 from now until 2000 hours for Sector 2 swimming pool details.
We've had shootings at pools. Heck, they had to close a pool on the north side because there were too many drug deals. They've had fights at pools. They've had enough. And I really don't care what the mayor calls it. It's time to stop this idiocy and stop this madness and quit trying to put in this context of this Disneyland approach. This is the city taking on a problem that needs to be addressed. Moronic, idiotic, unsupervised teens raising hell at the pools. Just call it like you see it, man. Under these circumstances, I would not take my kids to a city pool. I'm not fist fighting my way into the deep end. I'm not doing it. And there's no way in hell those poor lifeguards should be fist fighting at the pool. That's the issue. It's not about family fun day. This isn't a kumbaya moment. This isn't a hug it out chance. This is punks, thugs, derelicts, idiots, morons, whatever you want to call them. Patrick, with me. Patrick, over the last few years, we have reported a significant number of incidents at pools all over this town, have we not, sir?
We have, unfortunately.
And because of that, a lot of folks that reach out to us are afraid to go to the pools, are they not, Patrick?
They are. Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of violence at our city pools. It's ridiculous.
And this notion of calling it family swim is silly. It's stupid phraseology. When at the end of the day, just be honest. We have these derelicts we got to get rid of, and we're holding adults responsible. Doesn't that make more sense, Patrick? Family swim. My butt.
It does. I mean, you got to do something, but we're trying to dress it up and make it nicer.
Exactly. Family swim. Whatever you want to call it. We're finally catching on. Kennywood's doing it. The water parks are doing it. Now the city must do it. If you don't have an adult who's responsible for you, you ain't coming in. Simple as that. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, what's up continues to be our top story here, this Route 28 issue, Marty, where it looks like the traffic is starting to clear from this earlier accident between the Fox Chapel and Highland Park Bridge on-ramps there on the 28 southbound ride. However, the damage is done as far as this being a good alternate for you around the Commercial Street Bridge project, because it has now ramped up. Last report, it was about an hour for you to make this commute using the Turnpike to 28 southbound from Monroeville to downtown. It's now about an hour and a half as they're still working to clear that. And what I can see with the PennDOT cameras is that traffic is simply crawling through that RIDC Park area as you approach the scene of that earlier accident. So you might want to consider using the interstate detour, come inbound, exit at Wilkinsburg, head through Penn Avenue to Wilkinsburg, and use Fifth Avenue through Oakland. That's only a 31-minute ride for you there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Hey, this is Calvin
and Sam
with Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks.
We're looking for experienced deck builders and lead carpenters who want to build high-end outdoor spaces without all the headaches. We specialize in premium decks, covered porch roofs, outdoor living spaces, and custom exterior projects. These are the kind of jobs that you'll actually be proud to put your name on.
And we pay fast.
Apply today at callthecousins.com/careers.
That's callthecousins.com/careers.
Call the Cousins.
So, at Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L. They help people move with less pain and more confidence. I've seen it. In fact, Physical has helped Pittsburgh get back on its feet with confidence through personalized one-to-one physical therapy and advanced balance treatment. It's amazing. The therapists use leading technology and customized care plans, focus on balance, neuropathy, and pain relief. You get back to doing the things you love safely and confidently. Call Monroeville Physical, 412-457-8200. 412-457-8200.
Nest Expressions Window Fashion's greatest summer promotion. Free motorization on silhouette and pirouette shades going on right now. 1-888-952-NEST or nestexpressions.com.
Life-saving, literally. Life-saving, life-changing information. UPMC.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
To Patrick's point, he just sent me a brilliant text. So I guess we now have family hours at Market Square. Tomato, bro. You know, call it what you want, man, but we have decided to take this on, and I respect and admire the fact that the city's taking it. I don't care how the mayor wants to connotate it. I don't give a crap if she calls it Daffodil Hour. I don't care if he calls it Let's All Hug It Out Hour. Just keep the morons out of the pools. That's it. Keep the idiots out of Market Square. That's it. Keep the losers out of Kennywood, Sandcastle. That's it. Here's what I respect and admire about all these efforts. Finally, public entities and private entities, profit and nonprofit, has said, screw this. We're not going to take it anymore. And at the end of the day, it's the only way. And here's the other thing they're doing, Patrick, and I admire this too. We always talk about adults taking responsibility. This is the way to do it. If you come to these pools and you ain't got no adult with you, you ain't swimming. If you come to Market Square and you ain't got no adult with you, you ain't eating. If you come to Kennyweird or the Sandcastle and you ain't got no adult with you, you ain't playing. Finally, Patrick, they're doing what we said from day one. Bring an adult now, right? Right?
Yep, finally. And, you know, this is the solution we've been talking about for a long time.
It's obvious. And there's only, it's all political, and the wording doesn't mean squat to me. Call it Family Fun Day. I don't give a crap. Just stop this idiocy. Because there's no way you should be sitting in your house in the morning with your mom, and your mom's saying, man, I'm afraid to go to the pool. There's a reporter in town that I've known for more than 20 years who made an effort to go swimming at the Highland Park pool. The last time he was there, last summer, he was in the locker room and was surrounded by these morons and was intimidated and threatened and said, that's it. So a guy who's in his 60s who's been swimming since he was 5 is now afraid. And by the way, I get it, Patrick. I have no interest in confronting a gang full of teens at a swimming pool. Do you, Patrick?
No, absolutely not. And if that's the environment, I'm not going.
And I have no interest in my kids worried about whether they're going to be a fist fight at a pool. Do you, Patrick?
No, I love this idea of family hours. My pool growing up did this every night from 5 to 7. I didn't think about it then because we didn't have fights and things that broke out, but it makes sense.
Hey, Trevin, your take, brother, on the whole notion of having a chaperone, an adult, whatever the hell you want to call it. Good idea or bad idea, brother?
It's cool with me.
Yeah.
And as I said, it always takes a community. It takes a village. It really does. It literally takes a village. So if you're listening, and I said this before, get out and get involved.
Yep.
I mean, don't sit at home, as you said, and complain. And I get it. Even if especially our demographic.
Yep.
We are the elders.
It's true.
So to speak. So we can teach and we can pay it forward. But to sit at home and hold all that energy and all that knowledge and all the ways that you can show to nurture the young ones to do things differently, if you're sitting at home and keeping that to yourself, it's a waste. Get out, get involved.
To his point, and I've heard this, that more and more adults are showing up at these pools where they're supposed to have these takeovers. And adults are saying, we ain't putting up with this. To your point, Trevin, quit talking about it. Help to fix it, right? Right?
Most definitely. And if I can, Marty, I don't know if you guys saw it, but over the weekend, I have to shout out to Homewood because I did see where on social media, the adults were saying, hey, they're supposed to have some type of takeover. Okay, that's cool. Let's go down here and show these young people how we roll. Let's go down here. Let's take some food. Let's sit down. Let's take some games. Let's take some snacks. Let's get it out there, get involved, show them that this is our pool. And yes, you're welcome. But there's a way to handle it, and we're going to show you how to handle it. So I loved that when I saw that over the weekend. So I don't know what transpired, but I loved it.
And listen to this. There are good things happening at these pools. Listen, this is actually really cute.
Clear of MCB on paperwork. Show me going around to Bluefield Pool for a pool check. 5-10 days. 5-10. Just know there's going to be about approximately 40 juveniles here. From a ministry, so we're going to be code 4.
So why that's beautiful? So the cops are called to a pool for a takeover. Yeah, it was taken over by Jesus. These kids from a ministry were preaching Jesus. And were singing and dancing and preaching Jesus. No fighting, no fussing, just Jesus. I actually love that. They were fixing to head into a fight, and they found Jesus had taken over the pool. You like that? I like it.
Love it.
Anytime you can take your kid's mind off of mindless crap to get themselves in trouble and focus them on something that makes them smile. And this made the cops smile. They're headed over to a pool, expecting to take over in a brawl, and they got kids preaching Jesus. Kind of sweet. Call it what you want. In my world, I don't care what the mayor calls it. Family day, family swim, hug it out, we love you, hand everybody a daisy, I don't care. You're making adults take responsibility for their kids. And friends, that is the focus. That is the root of. That's the basis of everything in America that is broken down. Don't blame the cops. Don't blame big government. Don't blame the mayor. Don't blame the governor, the president. Once the American family started to disintegrate, America followed suit. And when we decide that teens can take over, it's time for adults to stand up and take it back. As Trevin just said, they did it in Homewood. That friggin' pool is gorgeous. And the adults out there want to keep it that way. And I love this. Absolutely love it.
Hey, it's Pony back to talk about my guys from Comer and Cross. If your garage floor is cracked and stained, you already know that it's making your entire garage look bad, and a bad epoxy job makes it look worse. With one easy call to Comer and Cross, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. You can get a quick estimate for a gleaming new Comer and Cross garage floor that you will love, just like I love mine. The Comer and Cross garage floor, gold standard. It is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. In just one day, Comer and Cross will fix all your cracks and pits perfectly. They'll apply the gleaming new Comer and Cross concrete floor you choose. They'll even move your stuff out of the garage for you. Several realtors now say a Comer and Cross garage floor can increase your home's value by up to 10%. With over 2,000 five-star reviews and 50% off installation right now, what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR right now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or schedule us at COMERcross.com.
JK's done it again. I'm serious. My boy JK, the Oakmont Restaurant King, has done it again. Folks are texting me, man, did you see this restaurant? Whoa. Did you check out Abode? Whoa. Marty, it's beautiful. Marty, the food's fantastic. Marty, it's home-style cooking. Marty, it's fabulous. It's fresh. It's clean. It's amazingly different. JK did it again. Check out his new restaurant in Oakmont, Abode. It is rocking.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay. Are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
80 with mostly cloudy skies at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Allegheny County Council is expected to vote today on a resolution supporting McGee nurses in their push for safer hospital staffing levels. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has details.
Neonatal intensive care nurse practitioner Michelle Hart says critically ill premature babies often require one-on-one care under national guidelines, but staffing levels don't always allow for it.
There have been times where our nurses have had to have 2 or 3 babies in their assignments. Having that one-on-one care with such infants is very imperative to picking up their, early signs of issues. These are babies who are on breathing tubes, ventilators.
Hart says UPMC has not responded to the nurses' staffing proposal in more than 4 months. Allegheny County Council's resolution urges the health system to return to the bargaining table. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Astrobotic, the Pittsburgh-based space and defense company, is being purchased by a company in Denver. Voyager Technology says it has finalized a $300 million cash and stock deal to acquire Astrobotic, which will be known as Voyager Lunar Systems. Operations at its Pittsburgh headquarters and test facility in California will continue. A couple of artificial intelligence companies are about to occupy office space in Bakery Square. Jacobian and Mind Vision Systems develops an AI imaging platform for radiologists. And Mind Vision Systems is a local startup that maps and analyzes minds. There is a 3-week delay in opening bids for Washington County's new public safety building at Courthouse Square. One of the bidders is objecting after county officials put a heavy emphasis on using union labor for construction. The bids will now be opened on July 30th. On Wall Street, the Dow is now up 78 points at 52,577. The S&P is up 18. The Nasdaq up 124. KDKA Radio News Time, 1032. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by LendSeek.
Your retirement plan should include more than money.
You also need enough purpose to be able to get up in the morning.
Financial planner Tony Orgoric in Buffalo, New York says that's why some people continue to work for years after they become eligible for Medicare and Social Security.
But because of the social interactions and the intellectual challenges they've got.
In other words, finding your why could be easier than saving money. I'm Rob Hart.
If you own a business, you've heard it all. From fast funding to easy approvals, everyone says the same thing. LendSeek is different. We show you what you actually qualify for. LendSeek's AI-enabled platform matches you with funding options with no guesswork. Up to $5 million in as fast as 24 hours. If you've been in business over a year, doing at least $50,000 per month, apply for free with zero out-of-pocket costs and access to over 100 lenders. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LendSeek.com.
Think your health insurance isn't changing? Think again. Premiums are rising, subsidies may go away, and expensive surprises loom. Have Dina Schmidt and Michael Coleman from One Health Benefits be your health insurance advocates. From Medicare changes to ACA plans, the One Health Benefits experts navigate the insurance maze at no cost to you. Before you renew or enroll, call One Health Benefits. They work for you, not the insurance companies. Call 724-799-8873 or go to onehealthbenefits.com.
In retirement, there's only 2 things that matter: income and growing your money. You don't spend a portfolio, you spend reliable, predictable cash flow month after month. I'm Brian Quaranta at Secure Money Advisors. We specialize in retirement income strategies built to help protect what you've earned and turn savings into sustainable income. As a fiduciary, our job is to make sure that you don't run out of money and you've got a strategy to keep pace with inflation. To learn more, claim your copy of my complimentary book, Right Track Your Retirement, at righttrackpittsburgh.com, where your retirement journey begins on the right track.
Shopping for replacement windows? Metropolitan Window Company elevates your shopping experience.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you'll experience personalized knowledge, expertise, and professionalism from our first visit to your home until our craftsmen complete your installation.
We're the window company that people want in their homes, and our exclusive Infinity by Marvin 100% fiberglass windows are the windows people love.
They're built for life. They are the strongest, longest lasting windows you can buy.
And we have a great selection of colors and finishes. Experience Metropolitan Window Company. Stop by our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty. Well, things have improved tremendously since I last spoke with you on this turnpike from Monroeville to the Allegheny Valley, then 28 southbound detour. That's one of the recommended detours from 511pa.com and the folks at PennDOT. Because of an earlier accident, it was really heavy for you approaching RIDC Park. That's all been cleared. You still have some heavy traffic down by Millvale, but now that route, if you're using that to get around the Commercial Street Bridge project, has backed down considerably. The travel time there is 26 minutes from Monroeville to downtown. The interstate detour through Wilkinsburg and Oakland is ringing in at 31 minutes of a ride. And if you use the local detour through Swissvale, Rankin, Homestead, and Squirrel Hill, that's about a 32-minute run for you there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
An air quality alert remains in effect. We'll see sunshine for the most part the rest of today. It'll be hot and humid with a high of 94, and AccuWeather real feel temperatures approaching 100. Tonight, mainly clear, warm, and muggy, though 72. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Alex Goen patented hypnosis. Lose weight, destroy cravings, late day binges, stress eating, no hunger, no willpower. Only $59.99 or your money back. In town July 23rd. Sign up at alexgoen.com. That's alexgoen.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
And here we go. It's Tuesday and a hot one. And that will get you through. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6, right here, KDK.
I reached out to Giant Eagle folks this morning because I figured they'd want to hear about this. Look, there are a lot of folks in need and a lot of folks that panhandle, okay? In some places, the panhandling is very aggressive. I've seen it on numerous occasions downtown. It's intimidating. It's frightening to some folks. And it's unacceptable behavior. It has apparently moved into another element of our city, and that is inside the stores, where aggressive panhandlers are now literally walking in the stores, asking, nudging, pushing you, consumers, to buy their stuff for them, and being very aggressive about it, and persuasive about it, and annoying as hell about it. How do I know this? Trevin, my brother, saw it happen firsthand. He's a big man. He has a big, powerful presence. He doesn't take crap, but he's also very kind and engaging. And when he brought me this story this morning, I had to reach out to Giant Eagle about this scenario. Trevin, lay out what happened.
Yes, sir. I don't know how big I am, and I wasn't intimidated or anything like that. But what happened was simply I went to pick up groceries, and I'm walking around the store, and I have a cart. And the gentleman walks up to me and shows me 2 products.
Which store?
It's Giant Eagle.
Where?
On the north side.
Okay.
So he holds up 2 products and nudges, looks at my basket, let me put it in your basket. And I was like, no, bro, I can't help you right now. So I kept it moving, which was cool, and I didn't think anything about it.
So hold on. Uh-huh. So my man, describe him for us, please.
Well, he's about 5'11". He's black. I mean, he's a brother, and he wasn't disheveled,
No.
And I don't know if
he wasn't manic or annoying.
No, not at all. Not he wasn't threatening.
No.
Like, he didn't threaten at all. He just walked up to me like, yo, can I put this in your bag? And he didn't really say anything. He just looked at me and nudged and held it up and then looked at my basket. And I'm like, no, I can't do
So
that.
he wanted you to buy the things he had in his arms.
Correct. I only know that because of this. After I finished, I was walking up to the checkout counters, and I saw the same gentleman moving from customer to customer in the checkout line. And I, when I came in this morning, I just shared it with you and Patrick, like, man, you won't believe what happened to me. Like, it just blew me away. The only thing that really took me out of myself, and when I say that, like, it just, a lot of things don't bother me, but that kind of caught me off guard because I saw the same person going to each line as I was ready to check out.
So my man was working the store.
From what I could see, yes.
He was going from checkout line to checkout line, trying to get customers to buy his stuff. Yeah?
He did the same thing that he did to me. He held it up. He would nudge someone or stand behind someone, and he would hold it up. And then when they, I guess, responded with a no or shook their head or anything like that, I never saw anybody get disturbed or annoyed or scared. They just, like, ignored him or said no, and then he just left. Like, he just walked. But he went to at least 2 lines before he actually walked away. And, again, that just caught me off guard because I'm looking up, and I didn't expect that. And, again, I didn't feel threatened. I'm not trying to say it was a scary situation, but it just caught me off guard.
You know, it's fascinating, this whole scenario. Giant Eagle, every single big box store in America has this massive problem with shrink. Massive. In fact, there are times when Target has reported $700 million in theft. There is a significant amount of theft from that particular store on the north side. And I find it intriguing. I'm not suggesting the guy should have stolen this. 2 things jump out at me, Trevin. Number 1, that he made it kind of sort of public and worked every aisle, did he not?
At least 2. And again, he wasn't threatening with it, and he looked like somebody that may have needed some help. And man, as I always say, I look at the world through rose-colored glasses sometimes. Yeah. But Marty, I don't want people who are listening to think, oh, this is threatening. No, it was none of that. And he may have needed help, and I would not have had a problem helping. But then when I walked up to the counter, I saw him going line to line.
Do you remember what he was trying to get people to buy?
No, because what I did was I initially blocked it out. When I looked up and saw him hold it up and then nudged to my cart, I was like, no, bro, I can't help you. And then I totally blocked it out from that point on.
Here's the thing. There's no scenario where it doesn't make people uncomfortable. It just does. And if it's a little old lady, it's also intimidating. It just is. And I don't want to fill in the blanks here, but you did say that he went into several aisles where people were checking out, right?
Yes, at least 2.
At least 2. And you did say that the staff at Giant Eagle noticed this and didn't say anything.
I don't know, because he was at the back of each line. Like, and he did it so smooth and, like, kind of, but it wasn't like he stuck out. You know what I mean? Like, he was fluent with it. Like, okay, went to one line, nobody said no, and he kept it quiet, moved on to the next one. So I don't even know if they noticed, because the cashiers were very busy at the time.
Sure, they're busy as hell.
Yes, sir.
If this is a new tactic, and by the way, I made Giant Eagle aware, because they don't accept this. There's no way in hell you can have people panhandling inside the store with products, coming up to you and saying, can you buy this for me? Number 2, they got to tell their staff. Number 3, they got to tell that guy, stop or you're going to jail. And they have to be assertive about it. That particular Giant Eagle, and didn't you say it closed early?
Oh, yes, it closed at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yes.
I'm going to venture to guess, because they have shrink problems. And I'm going to venture to guess that they have shrink problems at night where they don't have as much staff. Now, I'm asking these questions of Giant Eagle right now. These stores have a massive problem with theft. Patrick's wife, one of the best in the business in retail. This is a huge issue, is it not, Patrick? No audio. Patrick?
Yeah, it's a massive issue.
And in
everywhere.
Some of her stores, massive problem on a daily basis, right? Your wife's stores.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they see people, stealing stuff all day long. Most of their stores, they have issues.
And some businesses say let them go because they've had people killed, employees killed.
Yeah.
Some businesses are trying to get
they're not allowed. They're not allowed to confront the people who are doing the stealing.
In fact, there have been employees fired for confronting people on theft because people have been hurt, shot, and killed. However, it's a massive, massive issue, and I know for a fact that particular Giant Eagle has a problem. And they're trying to wrap their arms around how to deal with this. This is the first time I've heard of aggressive panhandling inside the store while it's open. It's got to stop. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up? We're keeping a close eye for day 2, workday number 2 of how things are flowing with the PennDOT recommended detours around the closure of the Commercial Street Bridge and Parkway East in that vicinity. And so we have your travel times from 511pa.com. If you're leaving from the Monroeville area or the eastern suburbs and trying to head inbound using the Turnpike and Route 28, that's 26 minutes. So it's kind of winning the contest as one of the fastest routes to travel right now. Now, you do have some slowdowns as you approach Millvale and then down toward the 31st Street Bridge. That's backlog from an earlier accident. The interstate detour through Wilkinsburg and Oakland is running inbound at 31 minutes, and it'll take you 32 minutes to travel that eastern suburban detour. They call it the local detour through Swissvale, Rankin, Homestead, and Squirrel Hill. Again, a 32-minute ride there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Summer is here, and so are the insects. Win the battle with Harmony Organic Insect Control. Nothing is safer, nothing works better. Harmony is earth-friendly, 100% non-toxic, and safe for plants, people, and pets. Harmony Organic Insect Control kills spiders, bed bugs, ants, roaches, lanternflies, mosquitoes, and hundreds of other garden pests. Find Harmony at participating True Value hardware stores or online at harmonyoic.com. Hello, summer. Goodbye, bugs. Thanks to Harmony Organic Insect Control.
I have some questions for you, so listen carefully. Are there any disadvantages to feeling great, feeling better physically, being taken off meds because you don't need them anymore, being able to move better, having more energy, not being tired all the time, clothes fitting the first time you try them on, having more confidence, having more self-worth, feeling proud of who you are? Let's make these all a reality. Don't wait. Today's the day. Call me Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center at 1-800-900-THIN.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Did you see that UFO last night?
Is it real? Or is it AI?
How about the aircraft carrier floating down the river?
Nowadays, it's tough to determine what's legit and what to believe.
I know it's true because it was all over my feed last night.
But when it comes to news, depend on Pittsburgh's original news source since 1920. The Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
My man Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service takes a massive tree off an elderly woman's house for free. Why? Because he gives a damn. He's the best there is. They have the best equipment, the best staffing, the best pricing. They do the job right every single time. Greater Pitt Tree Service. Carlos is out there right now, cutting trees. 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE. Call them.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. Many retailers use a computer program to tell you which mattress to buy after answering a few questions. That's not how finding the right mattress works. At OMF, our associates take the time to understand your specific needs. They'll guide you through our showroom, explain the differences between models, and help you select the right mattress. No computers, no gimmicks, just personal attention and quality mattresses built locally. Visit any showroom and experience the OMF difference for yourself.
Between the daily demands of work, family needs, running a household, and more, you deserve some real relief at the end of the day. At the Original Mattress Factory, we have a wide variety of mattresses that are built to provide the ultimate in comfort and relief when you need it most. Mattresses that are hand-built locally using high-quality materials. Mattresses that are sold factory direct to offer you a great value. Mattresses that are designed to provide real relief to real people like you. Visit an Original Mattress Factory location today and get the rest you deserve tonight.
Had a family member grab me and said, we just left Julian Gray's office, and he changed our lives, the way we think about investments and our children and retirement and protecting assets. Julian Gray gets it. And here's the other thing. He cares. They will protect you, your family, your future. It's amazing. GrayElderLaw.com, GrayElderLaw.com.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Strawberry Way has been a cesspool of grime and filth and drug overdoses. A major problem for the city. In fact, so many people defecate on that street and urinate on that street. The city washes it down every single day. And they've promised to get rid of the homeless, but yet the problem never ends. Listen to this clip with Mad Max, one-on-one with a homeless man who has moved in along Strawberry Way. Listen.
There was my man Chiaka. Yes. I just met him, bought him some lunch, and he's going to tell me a little bit about himself.
This is something that I wrote when I was in ACJ. It says, I'm an artist, or rather I call myself a artist. Humanitarian environmental art reaching the street. I've been an artist all my adult life, as well as childhood. I have various skills, all self-taught and practiced daily. To describe my style, you could classify me as an outsider artist, meaning that I am self-taught and I've never been formally trained. Art for me is my life and purpose and gift to the world. I provided many businesses and individuals with my creations, paintings, and creating outside brings me an enormous joy and fulfillment, as well as inspiring and teaching on the
All right. That's Mad Max along Strawberry Way yesterday. The guy was in jail, he's an artist, and he has literally moved in to Strawberry Way. Has he not, Max? He's moved in.
That's the story. I guess he just got out of jail last week for a defying trespass charge or something. But yeah, so he told me the story he's giving me is the guy that works in that store in the corner commissioned him to paint some artwork or something, whether on the building or on the sidewalk or whatever, I don't know, but that's his story.
But he's homeless, Max, and he's camped out on Strawberry Way, is he not?
That's a fact. And this guy, he went to Seattle for a stint. He was out there. I looked at his Facebook page. There's some information there. He was in Seattle for a while, and he befriended somebody out there, and the guy paid for a plane ticket back to Pittsburgh so he could see his family or something. But I don't know what the guy's story is. But he's been homeless probably for about 10, 15 years, it seems, according to social media.
And the city has no interest or plan to move him out, obviously?
I was told by him that somebody was going to come by and help him get out of there. I don't know if he's just blowing smoke or, what the deal is. You got to take everything, you get with a grain of salt.
Meanwhile, if he wants to use the public restrooms right down the street, we're now into a month where the city promised to fix them, and they're still broken, are they not, Max?
Right. So now there are restrooms in the Smithfield Liberty Garage he could use. I don't know if he's aware of them, but yeah, that raises the question, where's this guy using the restroom if he's living on the street and there's no public restrooms at Mellon Square to use?
And why isn't the city moving him to a place where he can stay? Because they do have places, they claim, do they not, sir?
Right. And I asked him that question. I said, has anybody been by to talk to you about a shelter situation? I'm sure there's plenty of places for you to go, but he didn't seem to have any desire to do that. He's kind of happy with his station where he is.
And Strawberry Way has been a horrible, horrible mess for Patrick. How many years, Patrick? Going back into COVID, brother. Right?
Oh, pre-COVID.
Max, there was a ministry there that drug addicts, and it was a horrible scenario. It was really bad then. Forced businesses to close. It's better now, though, isn't it, Max?
It's a lot better than what it was. And to your point, back when that was open, it was like Night of the Living Dead.
It was.
Every night they would all congregate, and they were all zombied out. I mean, we're talking 6 dozen people all strung out.
Yep.
It was awful, awful.
It's why the hot dog joint moved, quite frankly. They ruined his business.
Yeah, Denny couldn't stand it. I mean, and rightly so. It was awful. He had people coming in, stealing the tip jar off his desk, grabbing sandwiches and running out.
Crapping in the doorway.
Every day he had to wash his doorway out. It was just not a good situation.
And so now, right there where this all happened, this guy has moved in with no intention of moving along, right?
I mean, from what I gather from my brief interaction with him, that's what from all appearances, that's what it seems like.
Max, this is not a healthy new normal, is it, sir?
It's not.
Right.
And I kind of have, with Trevin's story about Giant Eagle and the aggressive panhandling inside the store, I have a similar situation in the coffee shop where I had friends visiting from out of town, and this woman approached me asking me to buy her a coffee in the coffee shop as I'm in line. I said no. And then she went to the next people up, who happened to be my friend Paul, and he's a lot kinder than I am. He bought her a coffee.
And she didn't want to leave.
No, now she's a paying customer, right? So the cashier kind of side-eyed us. She gave us a stink eye after he did that, because now she's, got her coffee and she's going to hang out in the coffee shop.
It's dangerous to allow this to settle in. This is no way to address the homeless crisis. The city's supposed to have people to engage him and have people to find him a place to stay. Let's do that, Pittsburgh. Come on, Sarah. You have 500 homes, you're telling us. I'm sure you have one for this very charming young man. Seemed like a nice guy, Max.
Yeah, he seemed, he didn't seem like he was under the influence. I didn't smell any alcohol or see any, evidence of drug use. He seemed to be, like you said, a charming person.
Mad Max, my brother, thanks, man. Truth to power.
You got it.
Cooking up something very, very engaging that I'm going to do with Max this week. We're going to show you something you've never seen before. It's going to scare you.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
In Pittsburgh, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers and on the sidelines. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 25 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Pittsburgh. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
It's service, man. We had a faucet in the bathroom that just wouldn't work. It was flat out busted. 2 plumbers couldn't fix it until Tootie arrived, his people. Fix it in an hour, no new parts, and a minimal service charge. It's an amazing company. HVAC experts, plumbing experts, trained by the man himself, Bob Tootie. Tootie Mechanical, 412-771-4100, the best.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 83, mostly cloudy skies at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. It's a code red heat advisory day today, tomorrow, and Thursday in Allegheny County. Cooling centers will open in Pittsburgh at Healthy Active Living Centers in Beechview, Greenfield, Homewood, Mount Washington, Sheridan, and the South Side. To find a county cooling center, just call 211. It's also an ozone air quality alert day. Sunny skies with light winds and highs in the 90s will push ozone levels up this afternoon, and sensitive groups are advised to limit outdoor activity. Now, even with these temperatures in the 90s, PennDOT says work on the Commercial Street Bridge replacement is moving ahead as planned. Here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
District 11 Executive Jason Zhang says he's concerned about the safety of crews working in the high temperatures, but says there are no plans to slow or stop the project.
These are tough people. They work around the clock. They work in snow and ice and hot weather. They're not going to stop.
Zhang says it takes committed men and women to do this kind of work, adding he's proud of the crews for pushing forward while making safety the top priority. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Inflation cooled last month as the cost of gas, clothes, and used cars fell. Prices dropped 0.4% in June, the largest monthly drop in 4 years. Now, this morning's Labor Department report says its estimate of annual inflation declined to 3.5%. That's down from 4.2% in May. On Wall Street, the markets are up on this news. The Dow actually has just gone down briefly. It's down 23 points at 52,476. But the S&P is up 27 points, and the NASDAQ is ahead 219. One person is dead. 2 others were flown to a Pittsburgh hospital following a 2-vehicle crash early today in Washington County. It happened around 4:30 a.m. on the Monfayette Expressway, not far from the I-70 interchange. No word yet on the identity of the person who died or the conditions of the injured. State police are investigating. A Dutch shipping company says one of its ships was attacked today off the coast of Oman in the Arabian Sea. Iran is reportedly targeting vessels after President Donald Trump vowed to reinstate an American blockade of Iranian ports and then charge ships for safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz. Javed Ali is a former member of the National Security Council.
Right now, it looks like each side believes that they have more leverage over the other to control the straits, to charge fees, regardless of where the body of law sits when it comes to international law. So I think this is where the showdown is heading on who is going to control the straits, how is that going to happen, and who, if anyone, will be able to charge tolls for ships coming in and out of the Gulf.
The U.S. blockade in the Strait of Hormuz resumed today. KDKA Sports, the World Cup semifinals start this afternoon. France and Spain are playing at 3 p.m. in Dallas. And tonight it's the 96th MLB All-Star Game in Philadelphia at 8 p.m. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. It's 83 and cloudy in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Did you know that the only cause of mesothelioma is exposure to asbestos? Did you know that many local area tradesmen were exposed to asbestos and didn't even know it? The sad reality is asbestos-related diseases are often fatal, yet entirely preventable. Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky, and White understands the complexities of asbestos exposure and are dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve. GPW can't change the past, but we'll work to transform your future. Call 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
Pittsburgh, Larry Richard here. Let's go to Paris to cheer on the black and gold. I have your golden ticket through AAA October 21st through the 26th. We're taking over the City of Light. Round-trip flights, a luxury Marriott stay, game tickets, and an epic black and gold kickoff party. Double occupancy packages starting at $7,199. Space is extremely limited. Call 800-354-8761 or visit your local AAA branch now. Here we go to Paris with AAA Travel.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we have an accident downtown, so we need to give a heads up to folks who are traveling along Commonwealth Place in the 600 block. So this puts it between the ramps at Liberty Avenue that head toward the Fort Pitt Bridge, and it's on Commonwealth Place between there and Fort Duquesne Boulevard, so do watch out for that. How are we doing around the Commercial Street Bridge project and the detours recommended by PennDOT? Right now, if you're traveling I-76, the Turnpike, and then taking southbound 28 to get to town that way, that's about a 40-minute ride from the eastern suburbs and Monroeville. If you're using the interstate detour, coming inbound on 376 and exiting at Wilkinsburg, traveling then through Oakland and rejoining the Parkway downtown, that's a 34-minute ride. Same story on the local detour through Swissvale, Rankin, Homestead, and Squirrel Hill. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
An air quality alert is in effect for the rest of today. We'll see a lot of sunshine. It'll become hot and humid up to 94 with AccuWeather real field temperatures approaching 100. And tonight will be clear, warm, and sticky, low just 72. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This report brought to you by Capital One. Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts, and Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank guy. Capital One N.A. Member FDIC.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Let me preface this by saying I have friends that are ICE agents. They hate the rhetoric. They hate the fact that the public has twisted and turned the facts against them. They say they're doing their jobs, enforcing the law. They've been twisted and turned into murderers. And this latest incident, there have been 10 ICE-related shootings / deaths recently. Crazy number. Listen to this ABC report.
This morning, growing outrage after an ICE agent shot and killed someone who was not the target they were pursuing for the second time in less than a week, this time in Maine. A security camera at a nearby home capturing the sound of 5 gunshots. The man's white car, then seen here after the shooting, slowly moving in a circle. An agent trying to stop the vehicle, authorities eventually stopping it with their own car. First responders seen surrounding a man who lay motionless in the street. Daniel Boucher says he saw agents pull the driver out.
He put him on the ground, and I heard the young man say, "I tried to stop." Clearly heard him say that. I tried to stop, or I tried to pull over.
Boucher says one ICE agent claimed the man tried to run him over.
I could no longer see any movement, which meant that he had expired. He was bloodied. His face was bloodied. It was awful. It was awful. I mean, really, really bad.
The car's windshield seen riddled with bullet holes.
I don't know what he did, but he didn't deserve to be executed in the street.
ABC affiliate WMTW identifying the victim of the shooting as Joan Sebastian Guerrero from Colombia. Immigration advocates say he had a social security number and was authorized to work in the U.S. and was on his way to work. Maine Senator Angus King saying the 26-year-old was not the intended target.
The question is, what did he do with his vehicle? Were officers threatened? Were the threats rising to the level that justified deadly force?
King says he was told none of the agents involved were wearing body cameras. DHS says they are rolling them out to ICE agents across the country. A spokesperson for ICE telling ABC News, ICE law enforcement attempted to conduct a vehicle stop. The vehicle attempted to flee the scene, and fearing for public safety, an officer discharged his weapon. Monday shooting coming 6 days after Lorenzo Salgado Araujo was shot and killed by ICE agents in Houston. Authorities there also alleging the victim threatened agents with his vehicle, though they did not provide evidence. At least 9 people have been killed during immigration enforcement operations under the second Trump administration. At least 5 of them fatally shot, including U.S. citizens Alex Preddy and Renee Good earlier this year in Minneapolis. It has taken months, but local officials...
All right, thanks, buddy. So, in a piece in The Guardian, here are the numbers. In the first 500 days of the Trump presidency, 52 dead in ICE custody, 21 this year. Wall Street Journal reports, in the last year, ICE agents have fired at 12 cars. Okay? So, for perspective, in the first 500 days of the Trump presidency, 52 dead in ICE custody. So you can understand a correlation between 2015 and 2021, 23 dead. An astounding difference. I had to grab one of my boys, the guru, the best immigration attorney I know, and a man who cannot tell a lie and knows this stuff big time. The numbers are daunting, sir. Does it have you concerned at all? Joseph Patrick Murphy.
Any death, any shooting, all this stuff is to be avoided. This is they're very, very, guns are a very powerful tool. It's a bad situation no matter how you slice it up, and you got to look at how they get there. The number itself is a number, and it's a big number, and it's the number we'd like to be at 0. But, we got to get into the why. Okay, you have these allegations that people are running cars at ICE, all these different things. You've got activists throwing rocks at these police cars, people attacking police officers. The social media cycle, I've noticed more and more lately that my clients come in, and I say this respectfully, they're people, but the social media knows a lot about the user. And it was one study indicated that like the YouTube or Google knows that people are pregnant before they do because of their browsing sources. Yeah. So it knows that my clients are scared. It knows what my clients are scared of, and it feeds them a diet of terror. And they come in here and they got all these rumors and things in their head. So you've got migrants, you've got activists, you've got people who are legitimately upset about changes in the immigration system. And it's all converging on these poor guys, these ICE agents, because they're the visible, touchable.
Hold on, you say poor guys. Come on, man. 52 dead in ICE custody in 100 days with Trump. In 7 years. Before that, 20 dead. Well, come on, bro.
And again, I'm not trying to minimize that number. You've increased the number of people that are being arrested. You've increased the number of street encounters. You're going to increase if there's a 0.01% chance of a death, and you multiply the number of people going through it by 10 or 100 or whatever they're doing now, it's a lot. That number's going to come up with them. And that's, obviously to be minimized, but for all we know, they're doing better than they were. That is to say, because they're doing more. Just the raw number doesn't tell us, other than the number, doesn't tell us anything. Deaths in ICE custody by suicide are different than deaths in ICE custody by murder.
My man, I just laid out 10 homicides according to 10 murders. I mean,
well, which number? What do you want to talk? What do you mean 10 murders?
10 ICE-related shootings, some calling them homicides, in the last year. Are you concerned about that? What do you tell your clients?
What I tell my clients is not to fool with law enforcement. If somebody's going to oppose them, that's my job. Those people are heavily armed. They're heavily trained. A lot of them look like they could play in the NFL. You're no match for these guys, and you're going to get hurt. Whether people are able to, and this goes back to what I was saying before, people are so worked up. Add to that the perception that nobody's getting a fair shake in immigration court anymore.
It's true.
I go down there and it's like, what are we doing here? Why do we even have this court system? Everything's got to be appealed into federal court because all the judges work for the same agency that's trying to deport these people. So it's like, well, why not take a chance? If you're not going to get a break in court, this is the problem. If there's no chance that you're going to get a break in court, then why cooperate with an arrest? And when you don't cooperate with an arrest, the likelihood of getting shot while not cooperating with arrest goes up significantly. This is all horrifying stuff. I mean, look, that guy was a father of kids, seemed like a nice enough fellow, looked pretty clean cut in the pictures we saw. Hard to picture him trying to drive over a police officer, but hold
on, let me read this, and then we got to go. Can you hang, man? I need to ask you a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
One of my boys in ICE says this: "We're in the streets like regular cops. We ramp up encounters, then you up the chances of critical incidents," which is kind of sort of what you're saying, yes?
Yes.
Just like regular local cops. End quote. You agree?
Well, yeah, there's that. They commonly say that young men are more dangerous drivers than young women, and that may or may not be the case. But what we definitely know is that young men drive more than young women. They pick people up and take them on dates. So, yeah, per mile driven, and this is the same thing. You're increasing the amount of stuff. At the same time you're doing that, you're increasing the stress on the individual officers. There was an incident you and I talked about maybe it was 6 months ago, in Minneapolis, where activists had camped outside a hotel that agents were sleeping in in an effort, now this is great, to keep them awake all night. And then they're going to be surprised when their judgments are not 100% the next day. It's almost like some of these people are maybe unintentionally, but they're engaged in acts that if you looked at them with a cooler head, you would see that these acts are going to make the thing they're scared of more likely.
Can you hang, brother? Can you hang?
Sure.
Got to get more from Joseph Patrick Murphy next. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, we are, of course, as it's workday number 2 of everyone getting used to the closure of I-376 at the Commercial Street Bridge Project. Commute day, workday number 2. During the work week, let's, check out those detours and how long it's taking folks to get inbound toward town from the east. Now, this is from Monroeville and points east to downtown on the Turnpike Trek, 76 westbound to 28 southbound. That is about a 40-minute ride for you, and you do have some slow traffic close to town between the 40th and 31st Street bridges. If you're going to use 376 and exit at Wilkinsburg and make your way through Wilkinsburg's business district and then through Oakland to get into downtown, that interstate detour is about a 31-minute ride for you. And it's a local detour route through Swissvale, Rankin, Homestead, and Squirrel Hill. That trek will cost you 35 minutes. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Folks, you know how I feel about CCAC. I know 2 nurses right now, no debt, working right now at UPMC CCAC grads. Check this out. They also offer 17 degree programs and 15 certificate programs completed online through their virtual campus. They cover the same content as on-campus or hybrid classes and are taught by CCAC faculty. Check it out. CCAC rocks.
This July, celebrate red, white, and blue along with beautifully made custom window treatments from La China Drapery and Blind Factory. For over 60 years, La China has been manufacturing custom draperies in their own Dormont factory, filled with thousands of yards of quality fabrics. Visit La China's Dormont or Wexford showrooms, tour their factory, or schedule free shop-at-home service. From measuring to professional installation, La China does it all. Call 412-665-4900 or go to lachinadrapery.com.
In ICU at UPMC, there were 5 doctors in there in the first hour I was there, and nurses 24/7, and they saved my life again. No disrespect for outside the state medical coverage, but it's not close. It doesn't even begin to describe the treatment I received at UPMC. There isn't a person in there, from the person who wheels you down to the CAT scan, to the MRI, that doesn't want you to live and thrive. And they did it again for me at UPMC. The best health care in the world. Life-saving, literally. Life-saving, life-changing information. UPMC.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you washed that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, no, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever, now with odor-fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
Hey, I'm Sam.
And I'm Calvin, with Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks.
Calvin, you know what I love most about this job? That moment when the job's done. Maybe it's a new roof, upgraded siding, or a deck that makes you want to be outside, and you see that look on the customer's face.
Yeah, man, that never gets old. The care, the clean work, no shortcuts. And that's just how these Cousins have been doing it ever since Grandma's garage.
And that's not changing.
Call the Cousins.
Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. Call the Cousins.
Hey, folks, Marty here for Salem's Market and Grill in the Strip. It's grilling season for the best burgers and lamb chops. I'm telling you, Salem's is the joint. The lamb chops are marinated to perfection with unbeatable flavor. And if you want juicy, mouth-watering burgers, you just gotta go to Salem's. All their meats are from locally sourced farms. Check out their entire menu at salemsmarketgrill.com. 2923 Penn Avenue in the Strip. Trust me, it's worth the trip to Salem.
There is treatment for neuropathy. I'm Dr. Dawn Spalla. At Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine, we treat neuropathy patients daily. No drugs, no surgery, just relief. Call 724-224-2224 for a free consultation in our Sarver or Brackenridge locations.
Life-saving, literally. Life-saving, life-changing information. UPMC.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
52 dead in ICE custody in the first 500 days of this Trump administration. 10 ICE-related shootings that led to deaths in the last year. The guys on the streets, the ICE guys, for context, they fire back saying this. Look, man, Marty, you have guys not used to street cop stuff. You have so many encounters a day by ICE that agents now, it's going to happen. It's just that our stuff is put in the news. There are officer-involved shootings every day all over the country. So what are those numbers? For context, Joseph Patrick Murphy, listen to this. In America, law enforcement officers fatally shoot or kill an average of 1,100 to 1,300 people annually. To the ICE agent's point, when they shoot someone, it's national news. But the truth is, this is what happens when you encounter cops, run at cops, have dangerous encounters with anyone in law enforcement. Yes, sir? No audio. Can't hear you, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, this is law enforcement. They're force. They have weapons. They have training. They have handcuffs. They have sticks. They have radios. The whole point of this group is force, whether it's local police, the dog catcher, or ICE. And fooling with them, this is the one thing that you're never going to win against them with. You win against them with political pressure. You win against them with courtroom tactics like I use. But you're not going to go beating them up. They'll just keep sending more police. And getting yourself in these positions where you're almost daring them or putting them in a position where their hand is forced and violence is almost controlled by the victim. This is a very, very bad idea. I don't know who's advising people to do this. I know that it's going on, that activists are being trained to place themselves in harm's way and to try and trigger, so to speak, reactions from these guys. For the most part, if I need a break in the system, it's actually ICE that'll give it to you. If you need somebody signed out of a reporting requirement because they've got to go to cancer treatment, you can get that compassion directly from the ICE office. And that's really, believe it or not, where you turn in most cases where you need it. I'd hate to see that sort of flexibility and discretion converted into just a general defensiveness by if this kind of nonsense continues much longer.
I find, and this is why I love you, and you know this, I find your status in your situation, in your stance extraordinary. And I'll tell you why. You're a guy who goes to war for these immigrants.
I do.
Yet they're being killed, and you're in essence saying, this is what it is, and ICE is doing a job. You have no real outrage about this extensive shooting, do you, sir?
Sure. As a human being, these are families that are missing loved ones. These are, it's terrible. Death, shooting, it's always a bad deal. But sometimes it's the best deal you're going to get in a situation. So, I could get emotional about it, of course, but that's not particularly professional. And I encourage my clients to not be emotional and be realistic about their police interactions, too. Whether it's ICE, the state police, the city of Pittsburgh, whoever it is, getting attitude with cops, deluding yourself into believing that you can, this is a simple disagreement or argument in a schoolyard. It's really reckless behavior. It's very dangerous. And people who are training this into children and into each other really ought to have their head examined because it's pretty cruel. And you're setting these people up to get hurt.
I'm with you. I got to get to this because it's relevant as hell. I'm texting you yesterday.
Yes.
And you said I'm heading back from Charleroi. So
yes,
their temporary protective status has been removed. How has that affected the folks in Charleroi, sir?
Well, the Charleroi has been pretty well served by me and some other law firms, primarily me. So, people have made Plan B, the ones that had legit asylum claims or close to legit asylum claims. We put those in. I don't tell people you're not allowed to have asylum. The judge does that.
Yeah.
Okay, we advocate for them. So they're going to be semi-safe with that. The at-risk group are people that came into this country without any kind of permission at all. Most of the Haitians came on something called the Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, Venezuela protocol, parole protocol. Their entry was legal. They were let into this country by the Biden administration, whether you agree with that or not.
Right.
They don't have the original sin of breaching our borders without permission. The earlier group, the group that came in late 2022, these are the people that were under the bridge in Texas. A lot of them ended up in Charleroi. Those people don't even have a lawful entry.
Wow.
So they're all subject to arrest at any time. As soon as TPS ends, there's no protection. They're literally operating without a net, even if I file asylum for them. ICE can arrest them and make them argue their claim from inside a jail cell. And we had that case last fall. I won that one, but this is not an easy thing to do, especially with today's immigration courts.
Joseph Patrick Murphy, the best there is. Truth to power, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Marty.
He is my man.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free. In 48 months with 0% interest. Same as cash. Restrictions apply. Call 412-545-6003. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Alex Goen patented hypnosis. Stop smoking, no cravings, irritability, or weight gain. Walk in a smoker, walk out free. Only $59.99 or your money back. In town July 23rd. Sign up at alexgoen.com. That's alexgoen.com.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 83 and cloudy at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Allegheny County Council is expected to vote on a resolution today urging UPMC to negotiate a contract with national staffing standards at Magee Women's Hospital. Neonatal ICU nurse practitioner Michelle Hart tells KDK Radio Council's support matters.
Our main goal is for the best care and outcome and safety, as well as the patient care. We want the best optimal patient care for our community. So we feel like if we can, join forces with them, have their support, that will hopefully help us in our endeavor.
Hart says a recent report found Magee was the most profitable acute care hospital in Pennsylvania last fiscal year, with an operating profit of about $437 million. One person was killed last night in a motorcycle accident in Beaver County. Police in New Sewickley Township say it happened around 5:30 p.m. on Fazell Road. The early investigation indicates the motorcycle left the roadway, traveled over an embankment, and overturned several times. The yet-to-be-identified driver died at the scene. The Butler Area School District is a step closer to a cell phone ban. The district's board voted unanimously last night to approve the first reading of a policy change for a bell-to-bell cell phone ban in the upcoming school year. A second reading and vote is expected during the board's August 10th meeting. Stocks are edging higher and have been mixed in recent minutes after this morning's report showing inflation is dropping. Consumer prices fell more than analysts were expecting by 0.4% from May to June, the sharpest in over 6 years. Compared to the same month last year, inflation dropped 3.5%, down from 4.2%. At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow now up 17 points at 52,516. The S&P is up 38, and the Nasdaq is ahead 282. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio KDKA.
Summer's here. The sun is shining, the road is calling, and there's never been a better time to upgrade your ride at Bowser's Chevrolet Monroeville. Whether you're planning beach trips, family vacations, or just enjoying every mile of summer, Bowser Chevrolet has the Chevy you've been waiting for. And right now at Bowser Chevrolet, qualifying buyers can drive home with 0% financing for 60 months. Plus, no payments until Labor Day. For well-qualified buyers, dealer doc fee of $490 applies, tax, title, and fees not included, with approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends July 31st. Come to Bowser Chevrolet Monroeville and take a test drive. That's the power of Bowser.
Oh, that's the power of Bowser.
Yeah. Bowser Chevrolet Monroeville. BowserChevrolet.com.
In retirement, there's only two things that matter: income and growing your money. You don't spend a portfolio. You spend reliable, predictable cash flow month after month. I'm Brian Quaranta at Secure Money Advisors. We specialize in retirement income strategies built to help protect what you've earned and turn savings into sustainable income. As a fiduciary, our job is to make sure that you don't run out of money and you've got a strategy to keep pace with inflation. To learn more, claim your copy of my complimentary book, Right Track Your Retirement, at righttrackpittsburgh.com, where your retirement journey begins on the right track.
30, time would have been 30, no, would have been 30, being 30, been 29, if that'll help, been 29,000, being 7,500, would have been 9,000.
Get ready to bid on the equipment you need in the Ritchie Brothers Northeast Regional Auction on August 4th. Inventory is housed at locations in Pittsburgh, North Franklin, and Northeast Maryland, with in-person inspections available. Bid on a wide selection of construction and transportation equipment. Don't miss this great opportunity. Visit rbauction.com/Pittsburgh to sign up. Again, that's rbauction.com/Pittsburgh.
Hello, this is Sarah Botkin of Botkin Family Wealth Management. I work alongside my father, Les, and my brother, Lester. As long as I can remember, Lester and I have had a great relationship. I'm older, and ever since we were little, Lester wanted to hang out with me. So much so that one time he even let me curl his hair. As we reached adulthood, we remained close. In the late 90s, I was living in New York City, where I was mugged twice. Convinced I had to move, Lester drove up to transfer me and my belongings from Brooklyn to Queens. Twice, he drove up just to spend New Year's with me. And that's how Lester is. Kind, generous, and loving. And he's pretty smart, too. He's a chartered financial analyst in our firm. Dad and I are certified financial planners. We develop plans with your best interest in mind, keeping in touch to review and revise as necessary. Visit BotkinFamilyWealth.com to learn more about us. That's BotkinFamilyWealth.com. BOTKIN.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Are you turning 65 and have questions about Medicare? Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. You may also qualify for a monthly credit toward your Part B premium. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? Is we have crews just rolling up on the scene of an accident. This one's new to us just now. This is in the city of Pittsburgh as you're traveling close to the line with Brentwood. It's in the 2800 block of Brownsville Road, not far from the intersections of Stewart and Klaus Avenues. So certainly leave extra time as you travel there. It'll take you some time to get around the closure, of course, of the Parkway east of the Commercial Street Bridge. Right now, the interstate detour, as they call it, the one that takes you on Penn Avenue through Wilkinsburg and Fifth Avenue through Oakland. That's your fastest run time, if you will. It's only 31 minutes from Monroeville to downtown on that route. If you take the Turnpike and 28 southbound, that's a 40-minute trek. And the local detour through the eastern suburbs of Swissvale, Rankin, Homestead, and the backside of Squirrel Hill will take you a 35-minute ride. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be hot and humid with plenty of sunshine, a high up to 94 with AccuWeather real field temperatures approaching 100. Mainly clear, warm, and muggy tonight, though 72. For tomorrow, sunshine mixing with clouds, very hot and humid, the high 95. Real feels over 100. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Whoa. This is what I call breaking news. Damn. And I'm getting texts from my friends that are with ICE. Whoa. All right, I got to bring Joseph Patrick Murphy into this. This is actually astounding. I called him back because this just went down. So, check this out, and I verified this is true.
Okay.
In a major policy shift, ICE, they're being instructed to end most vehicle stops nationwide. Wow. They will cease making traffic stops, which has played a significant role in the agency's operations till now. And let me read you this, then I'll get your reaction, brother. One of my boys in ICE says they got the order this morning. The number of arrests will basically disappear. They don't know how to manage us having to be street cops, and that we're all annoyed, and I will most likely not last here. Your reaction, sir? This is the hammer.
With respect to your friend, it might be overreacting. They're still able to do the courthouse arrests and the other type of enforcement actions they've been doing. I don't know why they need to pull over cars, especially if they don't have the equipment and the gear to do that, and they end up shooting people. You know, your local police has all sorts of things to stop a car. Those nail strips they throw on the street. There's all sorts of training and pit maneuvers. ICE may or may not have that training. I don't know, but it seems like, you know, they're doing a lot of this man versus car and resorting to guns. So I applaud it as a flexibility from a policy level. The idea here is to do the most good and the least bad. And given the way that's been defined by the political process, backing off of the cars, if it's causing a lot of trouble, why not?
From my friend Ron Layton, who is deep into law enforcement expertise.
Yep.
Plainclothes units, stopping cars is always a problem. Yep. Some departments completely prohibit this if no uniformed cars are available. It's about time. Most departments know this. Quota-driven enforcement always gets the officers in trouble. Yes? No?
Well, I'm not a law enforcement expert. I'm a lawyer. It's a different thing that I do. But, just common sense, I would agree with that. And more importantly, I really like seeing the flexibility and management of ICE. Where Minneapolis isn't going so well, instead of doubling, tripling down on what was becoming a disaster, they pulled out. That's perfectly fine. There's more than one way to skin a cat. And if the traffic stops aren't serving the purpose, they're resulting in people getting killed, a bloody nose, public relations, public outrage, don't do them.
Let me play dummy.
Yep.
If I'm in a car and I'm one of your future clients, guess what I'm doing? I'm driving on, brother. Because I know now, that ICE ain't touching me.
The car's going to run out of gas.
My man.
Don't forget,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The run. But again, they're fine. All right. Take them some other way that doesn't involve a couple tons of steel.
Yeah.
Moving around at a couple hundred horsepower. That's fine. There's plenty of ways to do that. What's the need to grab them in the car? I mean, now, obviously, if this person's trying to ram a car into a crowd of people at a Christmas festival or something, that's a different ballgame.
What they describe as egregious cases will be enforced, to Joseph Patrick Murphy's point. Yes.
Absolutely right. But otherwise, there's no need to take somebody that way. It's they do this with kind of hostage cases and stuff. They wait them out because that's the most optimal, or most likely to create an optimal outcome. Here, they're finding out pulling people over isn't working, or it's having other consequences that they don't intend.
Let me tell you what annoys a lot of people that are texting me as we speak. Yep. Why do I hear every time there's one of these shootings, ICE agents were not wearing cameras when they've been allocated funds to have body cams, sir?
Well, you're hearing it because they're not wearing them.
Right
okay, now that's policy. I've seen, I think the Guardian article that you mentioned intimated a change in policy about the wearing of body cams. Yep. This force has a history. There's a group of core ICE agents that have been around a long time. Some of them I've known and worked with for years, have a great relationship with. And then there's a whole bunch of new people that were hired very, very rapidly under the big, beautiful bill. I don't know. Maybe by now there was time to fully train them up to be, to exercise the discretion a law enforcement officer needs to be able to do. Some of them were probably poached from other law enforcement agencies. Some of them were guys just out of high school. So that new group, my guess is that's where the trouble's coming from. And, get those body cams on and we'll see who's really causing this trouble. Because if these cars are really driving at you, and you got to do what you got to do, I don't think the public is going to hold that against you. But if there's no video record, every inference is going to go against ICE. That's just the way the public relations stack is set up right now.
Listen to this from Ron Layton. It's not ending the arrests, but having to do surveillance, this is smart, and wait till a guy or guys gets out of the car will slow the pace of arrests. That's the issue. They won't make the numbers. You go from grabbing 10 a day to 1 or 2. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of pressure. There was at one point to do 2,000 and 3,000 a day. I think at one point was the target. They could never do that. They were doing 2,000 a day for a while. I don't know. I mean, where you arrest them doesn't necessarily affect how many. I don't think that's a correlation. You can go to people's houses and knock on the door, and if they open up and they allow you to, you can arrest them there. We talk about Home Depot. It's come out now that Home Depot is cooperating, and those traffic cams in their parking lot are not just cameras. They're flock surveillance cameras, taking digital pictures of license plate numbers, comparing driver registration. Whether you've got a sticker on the back of your car that says saves the whales, whether you've got a roof rack, what time you're there, all this stuff is being recorded and shared with law enforcement. Outrageous what Home Depot did. I have a series of videos out on all my social media in 4 different languages. It's called Shame on You, Home Depot. But there's easy enough to get people. Those flock cameras are everywhere. They've got facial recognition on lots of these people. You could pick them up in busways, in airports, at Home Depot for sure.
My brother. You're on it today, my man. Truth to power, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Marty.
That's what I call breaking news. So the ICE guys that I know say they were told this morning, do not make any more traffic stops and arrests. That's big. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? As we continue to take a look at the Brownsville Road section of the city, where you come over the city line on Brownsville and you head into Brentwood. That's the scene of an accident with crews on the scene there between Stewart Avenue and Klaus Avenue. So watch out as they are working that. As you are trying to work your way around the massive I-79 910 interchange project. Just wanted to give you the heads up for tonight's schedule of work. I-79 is going to be down to a single lane of traffic in each direction between those on and off ramps, so you'll be funneled through the interchange. That'll happen starting at 7 tonight until 6 tomorrow morning as they do that beam placement work according to their schedules there. And there will be a closure coming for you northbound on Wednesday and Thursday nights. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog! Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
At Perry Calder, the law firm, yeah, they use AI. Attorney intelligence. Folks, they have doctors on staff to investigate their medical malpractice cases and their product liability cases. They've won some of the biggest awards in Pennsylvania. It's a commitment to excellence, a commitment to winning at Perry Calder. 412-281-4200. 412-281-4200.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills.
Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Colin Dunlap takes the show on the road in support of the Wiener 100 race at EQT Park. As part of the Bark in the Park night on August 4th before the Wild Things game. 7 races, 7 dogs, and KDKA Radio. Find out if your wiener dog is eligible to race by clicking on the events page at KDKARadio.com. Hot dogs, baseball, the Wiener 100 race, and Colin Dunlap. Only on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So, yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds, too. Get a quote right now at 800-777-1979, 800-777-1979, or biglou.com.
So, my man Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service takes a massive tree off an elderly woman's house for free. Why? Because he gives a damn. He's the best there is. They have the best equipment, the best staffing, the best pricing. They do the job right every single time. Greater Pitt Tree Service. Carlos is out there right now, cutting trees. 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE. Call him.
Transform your bathroom with the beautiful quality of Bath Planet. As a trusted leader in bathroom renovation, Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping seal, a symbol of quality and consumer confidence for over 100 years. Get half off installation or 18 months with no interest and no payments. Whether it's tub replacement, a shower replacement, or a tub-to-shower conversion, Bath Planet makes your custom bath fast, easy, and affordable. This special offer is only available by calling 800-208-8750. That's 800-208-8750.
Paid for by Bath Concepts Industries.
The Colonel is the king of chicken. That's why he's always had a beef with beef. But on Wednesdays, he's squashing the beef by frying it. KFC Country Fried Steak is here for only $4.99. Crispy golden outside, tender steak inside. Served with peppery gravy, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and a biscuit. At last, the Colonel and beef buried the hatchet in gravy. Get the $4.99 Country Fried Steak Wednesdays for a limited time only at KFC.
Prices and participation may vary while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax, tip, and fees extra.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. F&B continues with major additions in its headquarters metro, hiring Jamie Rodolini as regional banking executive for the Pittsburgh area at First National Bank, its largest subsidiary. Rodolini, a veteran banker at large financial institutions in Pittsburgh, most recently served as market retail leader at KeyBank for the past 3 years. A Pittsburgh native, she had previously built an 18-year career at PNC Bank, starting as a loan operations manager, progressing through several promotions culminating to Merchant Services Territory Sales Manager. Also, Duquesne Light Holdings has named Jennifer Kustra as its Vice President and Chief Human Resources Officer. Kustra will begin her role at the Pittsburgh-based utility, the parent company of Duquesne Light, on August 10th. She'll be responsible for strategic human resources, employee development and experience, and retention initiatives at the company, which employs about 1,800 people. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I would trust Ron Layton with my life. Ron Layton protected 4 presidents. Ron Layton is the smartest man I've ever met, ever. And he's brilliant at this sort of strategy. And he's trained thousands of cops. Patrick, I'm sitting there. He knows Layton as well as I do. Patrick, this has all the ICE agents I know insanely hacked off. They've been ordered now not to stop cars. Ron says it makes sense. What it does, Patrick, is it stops this machine of media that hates any time there's an ICE-involved shooting and turns them into the bad guys. You know what I'm saying, Patrick?
Yeah, it does make perfect sense from what we've seen and what we're hearing.
And I don't judge. I know a bunch of these ICE guys. A bunch of them have no experience. And that's some of the angst that they have, Patrick. The guys that I know that have background in police work say, if they're going to shut us down, I'm going to quit. Which, by the way, if they're now told you can't stop cars, and you heard me, Patrick, ask Joseph Patrick Murphy this, wouldn't it get out on the streets? And wouldn't these suspects say they ain't stopping us? Wouldn't they use it to their advantage, sir?
I wouldn't see why they wouldn't.
Me too.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. But if this cuts down some of the danger we've seen, because it's not just dangerous to the people inside that car, it's dangerous to anyone around it when bullets start flying.
I think a lot of it's training. I think a lot of it's they're undercover. In the body cam issue, they've been given funding, Patrick. They need to put those damn cameras on today, if they have the funding.
The excuse I heard in one of the national forums was that the government shutdown from several months ago is the reason that they haven't deployed them nationwide.
I saw them. That they don't have access. They don't have the cameras yet. Stop making excuses. Because what it does is you presume or assume, not that it's true, that they're doing this as a tactic so they're not caught making a mistake. You know what I'm saying, Patrick?
Yeah, exactly.
Most law enforcement officers hated the advent and the initiation and the usage of body cams. Not anymore. Most of them have used body cam footage to clear their name time and time again. Most cops, most of them, the vast majority, don't leave the house thinking, man, I'm going to get you today. Most of them do it by the book. Most of them do the right thing. But what this has done, and what the citizen advocates have done, is they've presented ICE agents as bad guys. And that creates a dangerous scenario for, number one, citizens on the streets. Number two, ICE agents. And number three, Americans who watch these videos and think, damn, ICE screwed up again. But the numbers suggest this. Cops on the streets kill 1,100 to 1,300 citizens in the act of committing a crime each year. ICE agents have shot and killed 10, a diminutive number if you present it that way. But if you present it as these are bad guys, ICE is killing everyone, that's what the public starts to believe. And one of my boys nailed this, saying they should have scaled back without advertising the new policy. 1,000% true. Just change the rules. Don't tell the criminals you're changing the game. Folks, next hour, you've got to hear about this massive fire that burned in this beautiful home a few nights ago. And what started the fire. And what may have started the fire. And a warning to every single parent out there. You've got to hear this segment next.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader. At home, in your car, or at work. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM, AM 1020, and KDKARadio.com.
Hey, warmer weather in Pittsburgh means storm season. It's here. Winds, rain, unexpected damage. The question isn't if it can happen. It's, are you ready when it does? Service Master Greater Pittsburgh, they're ready. 24/7, 365. They'll respond to you. Be ready before that storm hits. Yep. Demand that yellow van. Service Master Greater Pittsburgh. 412-RECOVER. That's 412-RECOVER. The best call to make in the worst situation.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Every time I've had CertaPro painters do work on my home, I really appreciate their professionalism. They make it worry-free, and it starts with a free estimate, all at the right price. And I love that each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Hi, this is Larry Richard. It's the perfect time to reach out, get CertaPro painters to visit your home. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. You'll be so glad you did. Trust CertaPro Painters.
It's Marty. I'm here with Harold Shepley. I'll tell you why I reached out to him and how we met. I noticed that you help people It's kind of your instinct, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I feel called. I feel that helping people with their finances is my calling in life.
And check this out. You were bankrupt once.
I did. I've lived through this. I've walked through it, and I got treated like absolute garbage, and I felt that no one else should ever have to feel that bad ever again.
Folks, this is the real deal. ShepleyLaw.com.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
84 with overcast skies. It's 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. There is a code red heat advisory for today, tomorrow, and Thursday in Allegheny County. Cooling centers are opening across the city and also the county. And it is an ozone air quality alert day. Sunny skies with light winds and highs in the 90s could push ozone levels up this afternoon. Sensitive groups are advised to limit outdoor time. New this hour, a civil rights complaint accuses Pittsburgh Public Schools' closure plan of disproportionately harming black students. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has details.
The complaint filed by 412 Justice, the Education Rights Network, and the Advancement Project challenges PPS's Future Ready Facilities Plan, approved by the school board in May. The plan will permanently close 9 buildings in 12 schools, reconfigure 10 others, and phase out nearly all magnet programs. The groups say about 6,000 students will be displaced, with black students making up a disproportionate share of those impacted. They are asking the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission to intervene and stop the plan. Pittsburgh Public Schools tells KDKA Radio it will not comment on pending litigation and has not yet received the complaint. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
Also new this hour, County Executive Sarah Innamorato announced today Deputy Warden Connie Clark will serve as interim warden effective August 1st. That's the day after Trevor Wingard's last day as warden at the Allegheny County Jail. ICE agents are being instructed to end most vehicle stops nationwide effective immediately. This policy change follows 2 fatal shootings within a week, the most recent during a traffic stop in Maine on Monday. A federal source told Fox News ICE will continue conducting vehicle stops only for those considered to be the most egregious targets with serious or violent criminal histories. Also new, President Trump is reversing on the issue of tolls in the Strait of Hormuz. ABC White House correspondent Karen Travers has more.
President Trump is now backing off his threat to push for a 20% toll on cargo moving through the Strait of Hormuz in exchange for helping ships get through, instead claiming on social media that the U.S. would now have new investment and trade deals with Gulf allies.
Well, the reversal comes a day after the president announced the toll on ships in exchange for safe passage in the strait. The newly signed state budget excludes new funding for public transit agencies like Pittsburgh Regional Transit. Republican Senate President Kim Ward says she's not sure what happened on that issue.
The Democrat side of the aisle just kept screaming about mass transit for well over a year, and then all of a sudden, boom, the governor takes it off the table, and we don't hear a peep from the other side of the aisle.
PRT has avoided so far service cuts and fare hikes. Inflation cooled last month as the cost of gas, clothes, and used cars dropped. Prices were down 0.4% in June. That's the largest monthly drop in 4 years. Also, this morning's Labor Department report says its estimate of annual inflation dropped to 3.5%. That's down from 4.2% in May. On Wall Street, the Dow down 90 points at 52,409. The S&P is up 15 points, and the Nasdaq is up 175. KDKA Sports. The World Cup semifinals start this afternoon. France and Spain are playing at 3 o'clock in Dallas. Tonight, the 96th Major League Baseball All-Star Game in Philadelphia at 8. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time 12:03. 84. Overcast in Pittsburgh now. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting expertise and attention to detail from a trusted business that puts your needs first.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows that are built for life.
The most important part of a window is the framing. Fiberglass frames won't lose their dimensional integrity. They're the strongest, longest-lasting window you can buy.
And right now, you can save 20% and get financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
Are you seeing crazy utility bills? Hello. The heat. Crazy. Let me tell you this. If your air conditioning is constantly running, you know what, folks? I'm saying a big issue could be your windows. You got to check out Universal Windows Direct right now. Because if you buy 4 windows, you get 4 free, which is insanely cool. And you receive 48 months, 0 interest financing. Makes it really easy to make this investment. I love them. They're built specifically for your home. They have an insanely perfect tight seal, less air leakage, better efficiency. Folks, Universal Windows Direct. It's so hot. Your bills are so high. Here's your solution. 412-545-6003, Universal Windows Direct. 412-545-6003. Give them a call.
The amount of compensation received from a lung cancer or mesothelioma lawsuit varies. But at Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky & White, the goal is simple. Maximize your recovery and ensure you receive the full compensation you deserve. Asbestos manufacturers spent decades concealing the dangers of asbestos exposure, and today, many suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma are fighting back. You are not alone in this fight. Call GPW today at 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be hot and humid with plenty of sunshine, a high up to 94 with AccuWeather real field temperatures approaching 100. Mainly clear, warm, and muggy tonight, though 72. For tomorrow, sunshine mixing with clouds, very hot and humid, the high 95. Real feels over 100. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Nest Expressions Window Fashion's greatest summer promotion. Free motorization on silhouette and pirouette shades going on right now. 1-888-952-NEST or nestexpressions.com.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Before I get into this fire that destroyed this insanely beautiful house, I want to commend the departments that fought this fire in Edgeworth the other night. My goodness, this mansion caught fire. Man, And I'm telling you, these teams got there in a hurry. They saved lives. And I got word from the family that Dad was running into the flames and saving his kids. As this house, I posted the pictures on social. It's hard to imagine that kind of a fire in your house. It's a big family. It's a great family. It's a historic home. And, man, it was burning big time. And the house has so much value in terms of history and what it means to that community because it's so historic. However, let me say this. I understand that Dad was a little banged up because he had to run into the fire and save his kids. God bless him. Look, it's horrible to have your house burned and horrible to try to recover. But you can replace a house. You cannot recover from the loss of a child or a loved one in a fire. And these departments, including Ross and Westview, and the folks that responded to this massive fire in Edgeworth, you did an amazing job. Berkeley Hills, Carnegie, Marshall Township, North Fayette. Man, single 3-story house, smoke, fire showing. Man, devastating. And this house has history and meaning, which my close friend Maureen is so aware of. Good afternoon, my dear. How are you?
Hey, Marty. I'm well.
You're here with? Are you there with Lou?
I'm
here, Marty.
Her and her husband. Hey, Lou. Your take when you saw these pictures of this fire? Devastating, right?
Oh, horrible, horrible.
And you guys have a history in this house that's magnificent and marvelous, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. It's our dearest friend's former home.
We had many a holiday there, lots of Christmas parties. All of our friends from St. James and the Strictly area, our neighbors, they shared this house with everybody. And that's why so many of us are devastated and sad for the entire community as well as the family who lives there now.
How did you guys find out? I know you live in the area, but how did you get word that this was happening?
I got a phone call from Paul, the previous owner.
Wow.
He contacted me. Yeah, and then of course the word got out real fast on Facebook and such, and the people that I work with here were getting phone calls because we all know them very, very well. They're they're good churchgoers here and wonderful people. Yeah, he called me.
I tell you what, Lou and Maureen, all I know is as soon as I heard this was happening, I was texting people I know in fire departments, and all I wanted to know was, did the kids get out? And I know you were thinking the same thing, weren't you?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
The house is so huge, Marty. The bedrooms are everywhere in that house. And to get everyone together, that was miraculous.
Hey,
many bedrooms.
Hey, Lou, those flames were insane, man. Insane.
I know, they're crazy. I know. It was nuts. And I have to give credit to Emsworth Fire Department, too, because if it wasn't for one of those guys that took those pictures, there really wouldn't be any close-up photos of the fire.
And they had kids as young as 10. This could have been horrible. You know what I'm saying, guys?
Yep. It could have been really, really terrible. And kudos to that dad who said, "Hey, I'm going back in there to get my last child." I mean, it could have really been horrible.
You know, Maureen, I talked to some firefighting arson guys, and they heard that Dad ran in to save his kids. And you would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing. But the experts say oftentimes when Dad or someone goes in, they don't come back out. So it's a miracle that he lived, isn't it?
For sure.
Thanks to our son, who is super safety conscious. We have ladders in our house. We've talked about drills. We have it right beside our bed. The kids know where it is.
Yeah, chain ladder.
We hit the tree.
Wow.
All of this stuff. Yeah. There was a devastating fire in Slickley Village proper about 3 years ago, right near Centennial, where Stain lives, is our son. And it shook us up so much that we all have the fire safety equipment in our house now.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, guys, I love you. I love you, and I love that everybody got okay. It's hard, though, to ever make a house this distinct, the same again, isn't it?
It sure is. It sure is, Marty. The thing has a lot of history.
We're just going to hold on to the memory super tight today.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
If we can help in any way, please let us know, all right, guys?
Thanks, Marty. I know you will. You always do.
I love you both. Thank you.
Love you too, Marty. Thank you.
No, I didn't want to drag them into this aspect of this fire, but I think it's significant as hell. And Patrick knows this because we've had this conversation with so many fires we've been to. Right now, early reports indicate that in all likelihood, this fire was started by a candle, a burning. And these are the early indications, the early investigation started by a candle in one of the kids' rooms. Patrick won't be astounded by these numbers, but you may be, folks. Up to 10, this is shocking, up to 10,000 fires every year caused by candles. Up to 90 deaths, 650 injuries, $290 million in damages. Patrick, we've been to these homes where a kid left a candle burning because kids don't pay attention, right?
Nope, whether it's a kid leaving a candle burning or even an adult and a pet knocks it over when you're not at home, or even if you are at home. We see this time in, time out. It is absolutely dangerous, and people need to be aware of what they're doing with open flames.
I am not judging. My daughter, Chloe, loves candles. And my wife saw this last night. I was sitting there talking to her about this. And she immediately called Chloe and said, no more candles in the house. It's actually something that we all have to be aware of, do we not, Patrick?
We do. And, they're fine to have in the house, but you can't leave them unattended.
You can't.
So if you're doing other things in the house and you're not in the room where that candle's burning, you need to put it out. You can't let it just burn.
And again,
that's where some of the, if it's about the scent, these automatic diffusers are a much safer option.
Hey, have you had this conversation with your son?
Oh, yeah. Fortunately, he doesn't really like to burn candles, and my wife has no sense of smell, so she doesn't bother with candles anymore.
I am not disrespecting this family. God bless them. And, Dad, I know who you are. You're a heroic man. I'd have done the same damn thing. But, Patrick, as you know, oftentimes when Dad runs back in, Dad dies too. So this is a miracle in itself, is it not?
Absolutely. To have no serious injuries out of this is a complete miracle. I mean, you saw the flames coming out of that house.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Patrick, you saw that's insane. To imagine, Patrick, that insanely intense fire, we have all the pictures on social, started with a candle. It's kind of hard to believe, isn't it? Kids don't grasp that, do they, Patrick?
Kids don't. A lot of adults still don't.
That's true.
And fire spreads very quickly. If you've got, you may have some pretty drapes, but that doesn't mean they're not flammable. The cellulose blinds that are hanging on your house or the Roman shade, all of those things can catch fire.
To Patrick's point, you cannot leave this unattended. I want to throw these numbers out one more time. I want to scare you into talking to your kids or anyone else that uses candles. All the kids in this house got out safely. I'm told there are 5 or 6 kids. Number 2, 60 to 100 people die every year in fires started by candles. Number 3, 650 injuries in fires started by candles. And number 4, $290 million in damage in fires started by candles. Please talk to your kids or anyone in your house that uses candles. Another fire, big-time fire, in the last few weeks, started by accident, by someone walking away from a grill. You got to hear this next.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Your line just went down. Production stopped. A supervisor wants answers, and someone's digging through a binder for the maintenance history. Every one of those minutes costs money, and most of the time, that breakdown could have been prevented. That's where Maintain X comes in. Maintain X catches the failure before it happens. Preventive maintenance plans on every key asset to improve reliability. Work orders assigned and tracked right from your phone. Everyone from the floor to the front office is in the loop. Real-time dashboards give managers instant visibility into what's been completed, what's overdue, and where the bottlenecks are. No more guesswork. Just a smarter, faster maintenance operation. Companies on Maintain X have cut unplanned downtime by over 30% and saved thousands on parts and labor every year. See what it can do for your operation. Try Maintain X free at maintainx.com.
Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States. So when it comes to your heart, there's no room for compromise. At UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute, innovation, technology, and world-class expertise come together to treat the most complex heart cases, redefining what's possible for patients who need it most. Getting your heart checked can save your life. Schedule your appointment with the region's leader at upmc.com/heart.
Get Marty is brought to you by Perry Calder Law. When it matters most, contact Perry Calder Law.
There is treatment for neuropathy. I'm Dr. Dawn Spalla. At Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine, we treat neuropathy patients daily. No drugs, no surgery, just relief. Call 724-224-2224 for a free consultation in our Sarver or Brackenridge locations.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I got to get to some breaking news involving the Mills Mall. This is actually interesting. In this ridiculous company, Namdar, that runs it. You got to hear this in a second, but I want to mention one more fire. I love Charlie Batch. Wonderful man. Wonderful community leader. Wonderful. Wonderful. A charity. Helps so many kids. The Best of Batch Foundation. They had a really big fire a couple weeks ago. And it caused, actually the second, it caused major damage. Major. To his facility. And I actually reached out to Charlie and said, let us help you, man. He felt so bad about it, quite frankly. He didn't want to come on the air. He felt so bad about this fire. Now, again, I preface this by saying I am not judging. They're wonderful people, and we all make mistakes. And the same thing with that fire at that mansion. Some kid left a candle, lit some curtains, boom, the house is gone. It's that fast. With the fire at the Batch Foundation in Munholm, someone was cooking outside. See, people do this, man. They leave the grills on. Someone was cooking outside. This was 2 weeks ago. They forgot to turn the fryer off. By the way, I've seen this happen. The oil caught fire, okay, and then the propane tank released, and boom, a significant amount of damage. I am not judging. All I'm suggesting is whether it's a kid with a candle or someone running a grill behind the Batch Foundation, we have to be almost obsessive in the rules when we're using this sort of apparatus, and everybody involved has to know the ramifications and the possible horrific damage that can occur. We have friends that left a grill unattended on their back porch. The grill caught fire. The grill caught the siding on the house on fire and burned the house down. Several thousand fires a year started by candles. Several thousand fires a year started by unattended grills. You blow this stuff off, and it happens. But by the way, we've all done it. I've left candles in a room. I have left grills unattended. And Just been lucky. But I'm not doing it anymore. I got to transition, and this is something that Patrick's aware of because he's driven this route. In fact, it was Patrick that broke this story. He was driving his car in the Mills area where that ridiculous, idiotic company runs that mall, Namdar. And we posted this video. Was it a couple years ago now, hasn't it, Patrick?
Yeah, I think it's been almost 2 years ago now.
And Patrick, that video went viral, and people went berserk. What was happening on that road, and why did that video have such impact?
Because it was like driving on the surface of the moon. It was damaging car after car, day after day. Thousands of dollars of damage, throughout a couple of hours every day.
And
the company was doing nothing to fix it.
Namdar has a horrendous reputation. What is it, 17 million in fines? It's high.
I think it was higher than that at one point.
They blow off everyone. So here's what happened this morning. Namdar, by the way, I love the DA's office. I love Zappala and his people for saying, we're going after Namdar. This is why I love the actions of this DA's office. Without Zappala, without these investigators, this Namdar company, which is notorious for running down malls and ignoring their duties. Zappala said, screw it, we're going to charge you. So, check this out. Namdar was scheduled for criminal trial here in Allegheny County on the 27th. What did it say, the 14th? So, 13 days. This morning, check this out. A contract was just signed with Namdar and a major paving company. The paving will commence at the Pittsburgh Mills Mall site within a week. The company is highly regarded, and they're a great contractor. D. Cole Contracting is going to do the work. Patrick, it took a criminal case and a threat of jail time for the owners to get this done, but hoping this happens this time, because this promise has been made before, hasn't it, sir?
It has been made before, and they've hired reputable companies before, too, and then failed to pay them. So, while the plan sounds wonderful, we'll see when it's executed.
Right on. But this deal was signed this morning. I commend the hell out of the DA's office and Zappala's investigators who said, we're not going to let them get away with this. What saddens me is Namdar has just taken over the mortgage at Gateway, which is where Patrick and I worked for a significant amount of time. And we all know the history of Gateway Center and the buildings there. We can only hope that they conduct their business better when they're running a mortgage than when they're running a mall. They have been horrible with how they've managed Pittsburgh Mills, horrible with how they responded to allegations, horrible by ignoring $17 million in fines. But the DA said, hey, big man, Mr. Namdar, Mr. Rich Guy, I'll throw your ass in jail. And I think, and I know Zappala means it, and I hope that Namdar sticks to it and does the paving. It's that bad, Patrick. It's like Beirut. It's like the surface of the moon, isn't it, Patrick?
Yeah, and it started getting worse again out there. I was out there a few weeks ago, and it started to creep back up.
It's horrible. All right, folks, we will hold them to it. That's breaking news.
Hey, I'm Sam.
And I'm Calvin, with Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks.
Hey, Calvin, you know that feeling when summer's finally on its way? Everybody's outside, grills are going.
Yeah, but that's when you notice what winter did to your home. The deck boards are warped, the roof's missing shingles, the siding's faded.
That's where we come in. No pressure, no surprises. Just good, honest work so you can enjoy the season that you earned.
We're ready when you are. Call the Cousins.
Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. Call the Cousins.
At Perry Calder, the law firm, yeah, they use AI. Attorney intelligence. Folks, they have doctors on staff to investigate their medical malpractice cases and their product liability cases. They've won some of the biggest awards in Pennsylvania. It's a commitment to excellence, a commitment to winning at Perry Calder. 412-281-4200. 412-281-4200.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Is it soda or is it pop? The very question has baffled philosophers for centuries. At Red Ribbon, we call it soda pop. Coming from a time when every small community had their own soda pop shop to call their own, we bottle Pittsburgh's pop with the same quality and standards as we did when the first bottles rolled off the line in 1904. Made with cane sugar, Red Ribbon Cherry Pop will take you back, way back. Look for our products at any Giant Eagle or Giant Eagle Market District, and always remember to drink Red Ribbon.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Mostly sunny and 88 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. One person is dead and two others were flown to a Pittsburgh hospital following a two-vehicle crash early today in Washington County. It happened around 4:30 a.m. on the Montfayette Expressway, not far from the I-70 interchange. No word yet on the identity of the person who died or the conditions of the injured. State police are investigating. One person was injured in a crash in Hampton Township early this morning. It happened at the intersection of Hampton Place Drive and West Hardee's Road just before 7. No word on the victim's name or condition. Leaders on both sides of the aisle seem to be happy with the newly signed state budget. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen has more.
Democratic Senator Jay Costa told KDKA's Rob Pratt there's a lot to like in the new budget.
It's a win-win because, first and foremost, it doesn't raise taxes. Number two, it doesn't tap into rainy day fund. It makes investments in our kids. It makes investments in education. It makes investments in economic development.
Republican Senate President Kim Ward is pleased performance-based funding is being applied at Pitt, Penn State, and Temple.
The state schools that are doing really a good job are supportive of this. It's like an extra pot of funding that goes toward your results. So it's good.
On the downside, Ward says PRT is not receiving new state funding, and legislation addressing skill games was also left out of the budget deal. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
Pest control company Orkin ranks Pittsburgh within the top 10 cities with the highest rates of bedbug infestations. Pittsburgh came in 9th this year, 3 spots higher in the rankings than last year. Chicago maintained its spot at the top of the list. Orkin, a news release, said bedbugs can be found anywhere but densely populated cities, and areas with higher turnover like hotels or dorms can increase opportunities for the bugs to spread. Other cities high on the list include Los Angeles, Detroit, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Columbus, and Washington, D.C. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 73 points. The NASDAQ is up 172. The S&P 500 up 13 points. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update is 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio, KDKA.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh potty repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for 26 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
With multiple tri-state neuropathy centers treatment locations throughout the region, relief from peripheral neuropathy has never been more accessible and successful. Here's Sean Ritchie, founder and DC of Tri-State Neuropathy Centers, with one of his stories from helping over 15,000 patients regain their comfort, mobility, and quality of life.
James from Youngwood suffered for 10 years. He had all the symptoms of neuropathy, the numbness, the pain, the burning, the stabbing, even had these jumpy legs at night. It was destroying his life, and he had to quit his job. After going through our non-invasive treatment program, we were able to get him pain-free, sleeping again. In fact, he told me he went hunting this year and was able to do it without any problem.
Tri-State Neuropathy Centers help James. Let them help you next. Call 724-940-9000 for an initial free consultation. That's 724-940-9000. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers, the leader in treating peripheral neuropathy. Learn more at marydanston.com.
Are you turning 65 and have questions about Medicare? Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. You may also qualify for a monthly credit toward your Part B premium. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
JK's done it again. I'm serious. My boy JK, the Oakmont Restaurant King, has done it again. Folks are texting me, man, did you see this restaurant? Whoa. Did you check out Abode? Whoa. Marty, it's beautiful. Marty, the food's fantastic. Marty, it's home-style cooking. Marty, it's fabulous. It's fresh. It's clean. It's amazingly different. JK did it again. Check out his new restaurant in Oakmont, Abode. It is rocking.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
An air quality alert remains in effect. We'll see sunshine for the most part the rest of today. It'll be hot and humid with a high of 94, and AccuWeather real feel temperatures approaching 100. Tonight, mainly clear, warm, and muggy, though 72. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Amazon Business. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
My name is Ariel. When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without my high school diploma. My entire life changed when I took a chance and got my high school diploma at age 22. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers. They were with me every step of the way, helping with my English and math, making sure I pushed through all the challenges.
Ariel, your success proves that what I'm doing as a teacher has real meaning.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Lot going on. Before we get to that, by the way, Jay Costa, state leader who I love, just texted me screaming about what Kim Ward had to say about transportation. I just heard Kim Ward blaming the governor and Democrats for taking transit off the table. Totally untrue. We're going to get into that and the details of that in about a half hour. Meantime, two things. I got my boy Tony on hold. I'm going to get to him in a second, but I wanted to address something Patrick sent before the break. The Best of the Batch Foundation fire. First, we talked about the house lit by a candle. That's the early indication, which is crazy. $300 million in damage from candle fires in homes every year. About 100 people killed, 700 injured. Then the grill fires. According to investigators, someone left the grill unattended at the Batch Foundation down Munhall. The grease caught fire, caught the propane on fire, and caused insane damage. Patrick pulled some numbers. Damn, brother. Insane number of fires caused by grills, yes? Wow.
I'm surprised the number was as high as it is. More than 12,000 home fires involving grills, hibachis, or barbecues every year.
Wow.
Yep.
I have walked away from mine and went onto the back porch, and the entire grill was on fire. And I had to put it out. And it was dangerous as hell. And we all walk away from our grills, but this is very dangerous. Then
Marty,
you sent me
about
some pics.
20% of them.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So about 20% of them, it's because the grills are too close to things that burn, like your house or the siding or people that put them close to their garage or an overhang of some sort. So there are flammable things people are putting close to their grills.
And then you sent me these crazy pics from your house last night in Phoenix and the wind. Damn, what happened in your grill?
Yeah, we had really strong winds and some driving rain. And like my backyard got blown around pretty good. My grill actually got flipped over.
Wow.
It's on its back right now. When we get out of the show today, I've got to go pick all the pieces up and put it back together.
All right.
But I already made sure that the propane tank is good and it's not leaking.
Thanks, Pat. I wanted to engage Tony here because Tony gives a damn and he's fed up. Good afternoon, Tony. How are you, brother?
Not too bad. I'm kind of, I don't know how I'm feeling. I got mixed emotions with all this stuff there, but I thank you for taking the time to let me, frustrate a little bit, because this is frustrating of what's going on in my neighborhood, Marty.
Right
on. I'm tired of it.
Tony.
And the city keeps putting me up in some kind of basket. It ain't even funny. I don't even know where to begin anymore.
Tony, lay it out. Lay it out. What's happening along California Avenue, sir?
Well, this will be, in reality, the third meeting, one got canceled, so in reality it's four.
Wow.
They want me to take pictures and document. I was documenting stuff for 20 years, and they don't do nothing.
Wow.
But that's the thing, and they want me to, because I got redistricted to another council person, and this is his first appearance, supposedly, going to come up at this walkthrough.
Wow.
And I have disabilities, Marty, and I can't be doing this forever.
No, hey, Tony, tell our listeners what's happening there on a daily basis, brother.
Well, there's, there's several issues, and I'll try to be brief. But the most important thing is the drug activity. And you can't catch them and to do, a camera. I don't have these cell phones to where I could do it. But they're doing it at different times. Now it's kind of on the low because now they're spreading the word or whatever. And in particular, one, there's two houses, but one in particular was doing it 24/7 up until about a week or so ago. That all hours of the night they'll be doing, selling their tobaccos, their strips and all that, and they'll be out there screaming and hauling all hours of the night.
High as kites, selling drugs.
Yeah, they're so bad, Marty. These two, it's a male and a female, a couple, and they're so charcoal it ain't even funny.
Wow.
And you can tell they're, very abusive drug dealers, and they're going down about a mile in the road to a methadone clinic and bringing their buddies up and partying like it's 1999.
So Tony, you have this very emotional post that you made that I put on social, and we're going to take that walk with Tony, by the way, along California Avenue. Tony, last week you say a third body from drug-related activity was removed from one house. 3 dead. One house, 3 dead.
Yeah, it's an overdose. It was. Well, this one was an older lady was on it, but the time before that, he was moving from squatting from house to house, and he ended up at another house. He was up with a drug house, and then they had their blowout, so he had one leg. And he got in this wheelchair and moved into an abandoned house in OD.
Wow.
And the coroner was up here at 8:30 at night pulling the dead body, but his druggies evidently was the one they called the 911 and knew he was dead. But yet the police don't patrol because they ain't got the time for it. And I love the police, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They do the best that they can. But, you know, it's an epidemic no matter where it is, but it's coming to the point now this is overdose and one murder in the back of my alley since March.
Wow.
And the city says, you know, like in those weeds and all that, lean and clean. Well, when you going to lean and clean it? Because now, you know, the property's overgrown into my yard. But yet the city, you know, got $10,500 to go down and clean geese poop in front of Acrisure Stadium, but can't put a street light in my thing when the mayor is always opening up the budget.
It's almost unlivable.
Yeah.
It's almost unlivable, Tony. You're so afraid.
Right. I can't even go out. You know, I try to go to church every day and pray for some wisdom and guidance, not only for myself, and I'm not trying to be selfish, but for everybody. And can't even do that because, you know, nobody has time. They promised me undercover cops up here to investigate, and they don't.
I'm on it, brother, and we're going to be there with you. We're going to point this out till they fix it, my man. Okay? Thanks for caring, my man.
Thank you.
Think about that. That's your life. Look out your window, drug deals. Look beside your house, dead bodies, overdoses. Is that the life you want? Because that's the life for Tony and the folks along California Avenue on the north side. It's not just downtown. It's not just the south side. It's everywhere.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Hey, it's Pony back to talk about my guys from Comer and Cross. If your garage floor is cracked and stained, you already know that it's making your entire garage look bad, and a bad epoxy job makes it look worse. With one easy call to Comer and Cross, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. You can get a quick estimate for a gleaming new Comer and Cross garage floor that you will love, just like I love mine. A Comer and Cross garage floor, gold standard. It is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. In just one day, Comer and Cross will fix all your cracks and pits perfectly. They'll apply the gleaming new Comer and Cross concrete floor you choose. They'll even move your stuff out of the garage for you. Several realtors now say a Comer and Cross garage floor can increase your home's value by up to 10%. With over 2,000 five-star reviews and 50% off installation right now, what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR right now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or schedule us at COMERcross.com.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to Supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At Supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to Supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's Supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial # law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Join Allegheny County for the summer concert series with free live music all season long at Harwood Acres and South Park amphitheaters. Bring a blanket, bring your friends, and come hungry. Local food trucks, Black Dog Winery, and Hop Farm Brewing Company will be on site starting at 6 p.m. Concerts kick off at 7:30. No tickets, no cost, just great music and even better vibes. Your summer soundtrack starts here. Visit AlleghenyCounty.us/summer for the full lineup.
Time to get that painting project done that you've been putting off by calling CertaPro Painters. Hi, this is Larry Richard. My first experience more than a decade ago started with a free estimate. They got that done quickly and left the place beautifully cleaned up after a great professional job. And each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. That makes all the difference in the world. You're talking to the owner. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
It's the final seconds of the match, and the world is watching. He's lining up the shot. The crowd is on their feet. Whoa! Wait, that's not the goal. That's a gas line. Ooh, red car. Before you dig in your yard, make the smart play and call 811 to have underground utility lines marked. Contact 811 before you dig, because hitting a gas line is definitely a penalty. Visit PA1call.org.
Pittsburgh, Larry Richard here. Let's go to Paris to cheer on the black and gold. I have your golden ticket through AAA October 21st through the 26th. We're taking over the City of Light. Round-trip flights, a luxury Marriott stay, game tickets, and an epic black and gold kickoff party. Double occupancy packages starting at $7,199. Space is extremely limited. Call 800-354-8761 or visit your local AAA branch now. Here we go to Paris with AAA Travel.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The first of its kind in the U.S., the governor of New York today signed an executive order that pauses construction of all large data centers in the state for 1 year, while officials assess the impact on energy use, water use, and the environment. Inflation rose in June, up 3.5% year over year, but it was the first time overall consumer prices declined in 6 years. They didn't rise more than they did before, easing pressure on the Fed to consider an interest rate hike when it meets just 2 weeks from now. And with that, and a ton of pretty strong bank earnings this morning and to kick off the new earnings season, stocks began the day higher. Right now they're mixed. The Dow is down about 0.25%, but the NASDAQ 0.8% higher, the S&P up 0.25%. And it's still the middle of July, but already the National Retail Federation says nearly 2/3 of back-to-school shoppers have begun stocking up for the new school year. Total back-to-school spending this year expected to be a record $43.3 billion for elementary school through high school students. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
The war on drugs is never ending. It's that's trite and cliche for me to say that, but I'm in my 60s and I have been covering drug arrests and drug wars since I was 21. It's that bad. One of my boys sent me some video of my reporting when I was at NBC in Dallas 30 years ago. Same crap. Drug arrests. The drug changes once in a while. In Dallas, it was Jamaican gangs. What had happened, and this is endemic in every major city in America. They had these kids called Good Eyes. It's actually crazy. And they controlled the drug business in America, the Jamaican gangs, and they were scary, violent. And they sat these kids out in front of houses because they knew if they got arrested, they were going home to mommy. They weren't going to jail. So they would sit out in front of a drug house where they were selling crack, which destroyed American cities and destroyed African-American communities. That drug gutted African-American communities by the millions. It's insane what it did. And then it transitioned into heroin, and then you're just doing different arrests in different people in different cities. Now, fentanyl, and my point is there's absolutely no end to it and no end in sight. And it rips my heart out to see what's happened on the north side. So what happens is they put a methadone clinic in. That attracts methadone users. Fine. It also attracts cockroaches, drug dealers, criminals. So in the area surrounding the methadone clinic on the north side, half a dozen, Patrick knows this because there are some great restaurants over there. Maybe a dozen restaurants have shut down. Because what happens is, Patrick, the methadone clinic attracts criminals. And then they start passing out and overdosing in front of these restaurants, and no one goes to the restaurant. It has devastated that north side community, has it not, sir?
It has. And lately it's been ramping back up again.
There were some really good restaurants over there that are gone, Patrick. The proprietors said, we can't deal with this. It's horrible, isn't it?
It is. That corridor has really gotten bad again. So the crime has ticked up again. Yep. People breaking into cars. Yep. It's where people don't want to go over there, especially as it starts to get dark in the evenings for dinner or a cocktail, because it's just not necessarily the safest place to be.
And my brother, the entrepreneurs who spent their life savings to open these restaurants said, to hell with it. I can't deal with this. It's sad. It's tragic, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got to protect their employees and their customers. If their customers aren't coming, they've got to move their business somewhere else.
So Tony is spot on. Tony's afraid to go to church. Tony's afraid someone's going to kill him or shoot him or shoot him and his wife. And they see drug deals every day. Tony said 3 dead bodies from drug overdoses on his street recently. We're going to go over there. It's one of the walks we're going to plan live with myself and Mad Max. We're going to point this stuff out until someone gives a damn. This is not acceptable practice. This is not the way a city will grow. This is not providing safety and security for folks who just want to go to church. Tony is going to do a walk at 5:30 today. We'll present that video tomorrow, and then we will plan a walk with Tony as we see fit. It's a horrendous problem that needs, and as Tony says, we deserve better. Don't we all? Don't we deserve safety? Don't we? I think so.
When the weather turns bad, turn to us for the best news, weather, and traffic information from the KDKA Radio Storm Center. Presented by Duquesne Light Company. Larger than light. Online and on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
We're talking with Joe Cibulis from Highwood Cemetery about cemetery care. Joe, can you please explain your perpetual care fund to us?
Sure. A perpetual care fund is a trust established by cemeteries to ensure ongoing maintenance of burial grounds and mausoleums forever. We set aside 15% of the sale price of burial lots and other cemetery items. Income generated from this fund is used to cover costs like mowing lawns, road repair, and other essential upkeep after all the remaining burial plots have been sold.
So people with lots at Highwood Cemetery can be assured that there are sufficient funds to maintain the cemetery in the future.
Yes, at Highwood Cemetery, our perpetual care fund is in excess of $1 million. A third-party trustee, a fiduciary, is responsible for managing the fund. Everything your family has at Highwood Cemetery will be protected by our perpetual care fund.
You can learn more about Highwood Cemetery by calling 412-766-6600.
Being diagnosed with leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, or one of over 100 other types of blood cancer makes people want more time to do the things they love. We are Blood Cancer United. We do the most for more people with blood cancer. Join us at bloodcancerunited.org.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For a lot of workplaces, the work week doesn't end on Friday. That's why there's EasyCater, the best way to order food from favorite restaurants for your hardworking team, even on weekends. With EasyCater, you'll find great options for any group size and any shift, with tools to help meet dietary needs, stay on budget, and simplify expenses, all backed by our award-winning 24/7 support. EasyCater, your Monday through Sunday workplace food platform. Start an order for your weekend crew at easycater.com.
Being diagnosed with leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, or one of over 100 other types of blood cancer makes people want more time to do the things they love. We are Blood Cancer United. We do the most for more people with blood cancer. Join us at bloodcancerunited.org.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 89 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. There's a code red heat advisory for today, tomorrow, and Thursday in Allegheny County. Cooling centers will open in Pittsburgh at Healthy Active Living Centers in Beachview, Greenfield, Homewood, Mount Washington, Sheridan, and the South Side. To find a county cooling center, call 211. Also, an ozone air quality alert issued for today as well. Sunny skies, light winds, and highs in the 90s will push ozone levels up this afternoon. Sensitive groups are advised to limit outdoor activity. A civil rights complaint accuses Pittsburgh Public Schools' closure plan of disproportionately harming black students. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the details.
The complaint filed by 412 Justice, the Education Rights Network, and the Advancement Project challenges PPS's Future Ready Facilities Plan, approved by the school board in May. The plan will permanently close 9 buildings in 12 schools, reconfigure 10 others, and phase out nearly all magnet programs. The groups say about 6,000 students will be displaced, with black students making up a disproportionate share of those impacted. They are asking the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission to intervene and stop the plan. Pittsburgh Public Schools tells KDKA Radio it will not comment on pending litigation and has not yet received the complaint. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
County Executive Sarah Inamorado announced today Deputy Warden Connie Clark will serve as interim warden effective August 1st, the day after Trevor Wingert's last day as warden of the Allegheny County Jail. ICE agents are being instructed to end most vehicle stops nationwide, effective immediately. The policy change follows 2 fatal shootings within a week, the most recent during a traffic stop in Maine on Monday. A federal source told Fox News ICE will continue conducting vehicle stops only for those considered to be the most egregious targets with serious or violent criminal histories. President Trump is reversing on the issue of tolls on the Strait of Hormuz. ABC White House correspondent Karen Travers has more.
President Trump is now backing off his threat to push for a 20% toll on cargo moving through the Strait of Hormuz in exchange for helping ships get through, instead claiming on social media that the U.S. would now have new investment and trade deals with Gulf allies.
This reversal comes a day after the president announced tolls on ships in exchange for safe passage in the strait. The newly signed state budget excludes new funding for public transit agencies like Pittsburgh Regional Transit. Republican Senate President Kim Ward says she's not sure what happened on that issue.
The Democrat side of the aisle just kept screaming about mass transit for well over a year, and then all of a sudden, boom, the governor takes it off the table, and we don't hear a peep from the other side of the aisle.
Democratic Senator Jay Costa told KDKA Radio transit agencies should be okay for now.
PRT continues to receive funding from what we did about a year or so ago through July of 2027. So they're positioned to be okay now, but the crisis will be here again before we know it.
PRT has so far avoided service cuts as well as fare hikes. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 128 points, the NASDAQ up 231, the S&P 500 up 23 points. KDKA Sports, Pirates in the All-Star break right now. They will resume play on Friday. They'll travel to Cleveland to take on the Guardians. KDKA Radio News Time is 1:03. Right now, sunny and 89 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
Did you know that the only cause of mesothelioma is exposure to asbestos? Did you know that many local area tradesmen were exposed to asbestos and didn't even know it? The sad reality is asbestos-related diseases are often fatal, yet entirely preventable. Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky, and White understands the complexities of asbestos exposure and are dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve. GPW can't change the past, but we'll work to transform your future. Call 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
Summer's here. The sun is shining, the road is calling, and there's never been a better time to upgrade your ride at Bowser's Chevrolet Monroeville. Whether you're planning beach trips, family vacations, or just enjoying every mile of summer, Bowser Chevrolet has the Chevy you've been waiting for. And right now at Bowser Chevrolet, qualifying buyers can drive home with 0% financing for 60 months. Plus, no payments until Labor Day. For well-qualified buyers, dealer doc fee of $490 applies, tax, title, and fees not included, with approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends July 31st. Come to Bowser Chevrolet Monroeville and take a test drive. That's the power of Bowser.
Oh, that's the power of Bowser. Yeah.
Bowser Chevrolet Monroeville. BowserChevrolet.com.
There's a classic saying that says there is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. I may not have an elevator to successful weight loss, but I do have an escalator. I have supplements that take away your cravings, strategies that speed up your weight loss, and you have me. I will motivate you, lift you up, and tell you exactly what to eat. Do it now while the weather is gorgeous and you can fit into smaller summer clothes. Call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
An air quality alert is in effect for the rest of today. We'll see a lot of sunshine. It'll become hot and humid up to 94 with AccuWeather real field temperatures approaching 100. And tonight will be clear, warm, and sticky, low just 72. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Had a family member grab me and said, we just left Julian Gray's office, and he changed our lives, the way we think about investments in our children, and retirement, and protecting assets. Julian Gray gets it. And here's the other thing. He cares. They will protect you, your family, your future. It's amazing. GrayOuterLaw.com, GrayOuterLaw.com.
Nest Expressions Window Fashion's greatest summer promotion. Free motorization on silhouette and pirouette shades going on right now. 1-888-952-NEST or nestexpressions.com.
And here we go. It's Tuesday and a hot one. At that, we'll get you through. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6, right here, KDK.
It's very... Jay Costa is calm, cool, and collected and mature. Just is. One of my favorite people. Kim Ward, one of my favorite people. Both of them are friends. Kim and I go way back. She has done amazing things with me in Get Marty. She never says no. She has incredible, incredible passion. So I'm setting this up. Listen to this clip from Razman. Listen.
Democratic Senator Jay Costa told KDKA's Rob Pratt there's a lot to like in the new budget.
It's a win-win because, first and foremost, it doesn't raise taxes. Number two, it doesn't tap into rainy day fund. It makes investments in our kids. It makes investments in education. It makes investments in economic development.
Republican Senate President Kim Ward is pleased performance-based funding is being applied at Pitt, Penn State, and Temple.
The state schools that are doing really a good job are supportive of this. It's like an extra pot of funding that goes toward your results. So it's good.
On the downside, Ward says PRT is not receiving new state funding, and legislation addressing skill games was also left out of the budget deal. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
No, I need the clip with Kim talking about blaming the Democrats. My man, please look for that. There's a clip where she blames Democrats, Republicans. She blames Democrats for, let me read it specifically. Yeah, that was the wrong clip. I apologize. She blames the governor and Democrats for taking transit off the table. I need that clip. They played it several times this morning in newscast. That was not it. In fact, I think Paul just played it. Let me know when you have it. Jay Costa is very mild-mannered, very low-key, said that's totally untrue. Republicans were the ones who would not compromise on transit funding and skill game revenue distribution. It was the governor. Huh? You got it? Play it, brother, please.
The Democrat side of the aisle just kept screaming about mass transit for well over a year, and then all of a sudden, boom, the governor takes it off the table, and we don't hear a peep from the other side of the aisle.
I'm telling you, Jay Costa is one of the most chill guys I've ever met. You know what he says? Total BS. What she said is a cheap, untrue political stunt. We're going to hear live from Jay here in a few minutes. He's in a meeting as soon as he checks out. We're going to get into that. It's fascinating to me what happens in politics. I would never do it. I can't stand it. I can't stand the rhetoric. I don't see the progress they make, especially in Washington. It's unbelievable, the crap. This war in Iran, my God, the rhetoric, the double talk, the lies, the innuendo, the politics. Man, I hate it. I want to go back to the drug thing real quick because I think it's important. This drug war is not just on the north side. It's just not homeless folks downtown. It's all of us. It's all of our lives. I was sitting on my couch. It's a true story. It was a Sunday. I see a young woman. We live in a gorgeous neighborhood. Fine. Very successful people. Fine. You understand why I'm telling you this in a second. I see this young girl on rollerblades flying down the street, and then she falls directly in front of our house. Okay? I'm on the couch. It's about 8 a.m. Sunday morning, and I throw down the paper, and I run out the front door. This happened because she was flat on her face screaming. And I thought, wow, hurt bad from the rollerblade accident. I get out to the street, and I start, are you okay? Are you okay? And she's hysterical, this young girl. And she looks up, and she leans to her right, and she points to a window in our house. This actually happened. And says, when I was little, that was my brother's room, pointing to the room where my son Vince now sleeps. And she says, in hysterics, my brother's dead. He overdosed this morning. Why am I telling you this? Because in a perfect world, in the bubble that so many describe Mount Lebanon as, this beautiful young woman and her amazing young brother had grown up in a house we now live in. And her brother was dead from a heroin overdose. And it's this friggin' horrible drug that has killed so many that we love. I've had at least 20 people that I became very close with that are dead from drugs. At least. It's dark. It's despicable. It's vile. I'm texting with my friend William. We found him on the streets and presented his video, and that's how his father found him. He's addicted to fentanyl, amongst other things. We've had his son arrested at least a half a dozen times. We've had his son placed in rehab at least as much. And every time he's arrested, every time he's placed in rehab, we have hope. And here his dad sends me this text. They couldn't keep him in jail. He's back out on the street. He looks terrible, Marty. I'm thinking he has a warrant out for him. His legs are swollen. His lips are blue. And there's nothing I can do. I don't know anymore how we help him, how we help that young lady whose brother died in front of our house, how we hope to get help to the folks on the north side who are lingering around that methadone clinic. I really don't know anymore. It's that bad, and it's that dark, and it's that hopeless for so many people.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
There is treatment for neuropathy. I'm Dr. Dawn Spalla. At Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine, we treat neuropathy patients daily. No drugs, no surgery, just relief. Call 724-224-2224 for a free consultation in our Sarver or Brackenridge locations.
So my man Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service takes a massive tree off an elderly woman's house for free. Why? Because he gives a damn. He's the best there is. They have the best equipment, the best staffing, the best pricing. They do the job right every single time. Greater Pitt Tree Service. Carlos is out there right now, cutting trees. 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE. Call him.
Alex Goen, patented hypnosis. Lose weight, destroy cravings. Late day binges, stress eating, no hunger, no willpower. Only $59.99 or your money back. In town July 23rd. Sign up at alexgoen.com. That's alexgoen.com.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
In ICU at UPMC, there were 5 doctors in there in the first hour I was there, and nurses 24/7, and they saved my life again. No disrespect for outside the state medical coverage, but it's not close. It doesn't even begin to describe the treatment I received at UPMC. There isn't a person in there, from the person who wheels you down to the CAT scan, to the MRI, that doesn't want you to live and thrive. And they did it again for me at UPMC. The best health care in the world. Life-saving, literally. Life-saving, life-changing information. UPMC.
What do you do when the power goes out for an hour, a day, a week? How long can you go without light, heat, your refrigerator? How long before pipes burst, food goes bad? With a Generac home standby generator from Generator Supercenter of Pittsburgh, when your power is out, your Generac is on. It's that simple. Generator Supercenter of Pittsburgh always has generators in stock and technicians that can install and maintain them. Visit GeneratorSupercenterofPittsburgh.com to get started.
We went to a gorgeous high school graduation party. They had beautiful custom cakes, beautiful custom cookies, all handmade, all bespoke, all of it special order from Oakmont Bakery. Now's the time to do that. And this is the place to do that. They're ready to make your perfect cake. OakmontBakery.com for trendy designs. Check it out. Delicious.
Amazon Business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
What makes Tootie Mechanical special? It's service, man. We had a faucet in the bathroom that just wouldn't work. It was flat out busted. 2 plumbers couldn't fix it until Tootie arrived, his people. Fix it in an hour, no new parts, and a minimal service charge. It's an amazing company. HVAC experts, plumbing experts, trained by the man himself, Bob Tootie. Tootie Mechanical, 412-771-4100, the best.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Play this clip with Kim Ward, and then I want to grab Jay Costa. This is actually intriguing.
The Democrat side of the aisle just kept screaming about mass transit for well over a year, and then all of a sudden, boom, the governor takes it off the table, and we don't hear a peep from the other side of the aisle.
One more time, play it.
The Democrat side of the aisle just kept screaming about mass transit for well over a year, and then all of a sudden, boom, the governor takes it off the table, and we don't hear a peep from the other side of the aisle.
Jay Costa, my friend, that's not true, is it, sir?
It is unequivocally false, Marty. The governor did not take mass transit off the table. Quite frankly, it was Republicans who refused to work and compromise on a solution for mass transit that would have started in July 1st of 2027. It was the governor who worked with us last year that put the resources on the table through PennDOT to be able to maintain transit as we know it for the last year and for the next 6 or 8 months as we go forward. It's just disappointing to hear that this is being portrayed in a way where my good friend Senator Ward is either misunderstood what was going on or misstates what's going on, but clearly this was not the governor's doing, nor Democrats. And I heard the clip earlier, and that's why I reached out to you.
Yeah, you hate this, don't you?
I don't like it when people misconstrue what actually took place. As one of the handful of people in the room, I can unequivocally tell you that there was no conversation with the governor about taking it off the table. In fact, as I mentioned, he was very supportive and stood with us as we tried to work with skill games in transit. He stood shoulder to shoulder with us saying, we're going to do this, and we weren't going to let Republicans rewrite transit funding across Pennsylvania, which they wanted to be able to do.
So why does she want to do, what's her positioning about, sir? What's she trying to accomplish?
Well, I think there's a part of this. It's just to make the governor look bad and use a cheap political stunt to make people think that the governor had something to do with us not getting transit done. The governor had nothing to do with us not getting transit done. In fact, as I mentioned, he was a strong advocate, stood with the Democrats, insisting that we use skill games revenue for that purpose, as was recommended by Republicans about a year and a half ago, which we've consistently supported. They simply couldn't get there with respect to the distribution of skill game revenue, and one of these some major policy issues or giving us the ability to, one, have to negotiate twice and then turn around and use, redeploy and recalculate how we deal with transit funding across Pennsylvania. We couldn't do that. We couldn't agree to that, and that's why it ended up where it did.
Hey, Jay, this is one of the things, and you're a veteran. You've had great success in politics, but this is the grimy side that you really don't like, do you, sir?
I don't like this because it's, folks know we've been advocating for transit funding for quite a while. The House Democrats in the House of Representatives 4 or 5 times passed a transit funding plan that we simply couldn't get Republicans to support. And then we came back and they wanted to use all the resources from Transit Trust Fund, which goes to capital, and deploy them, use them in other ways on 3- and 4-digit roads across Pennsylvania. I mean, these are some of the things that happen. But to accuse the governor of not and taking something off the table is unequivocally false.
What happens, though, with transit, sir? What's the end game here?
So we're good till July 1st of 2027.
Right.
We're going to continue to work towards it. We believe that the skill games is one of the places that we could look for a revenue stream. Republicans are demanding new revenue stream for transit funding. So in order to comply with that, we've looked to the skill games and been advocating for that. I believe the solution is utilizing the governor's proposal and the House Democrat passed proposal that would have provided a small increase in the amount of the sales tax that we use. Not an increase in sales tax, just an increase in the amount that we use that's dedicated to transit. That, to us, is the solution going forward. But we can't get them there, so we have to look at the alternative, which is looking at a new dedicated revenue stream, which we've identified, but can't come to consensus on exactly how it will be deployed.
Hey, Jay, what was the why did everybody hit the wall with games of chance? I thought that was happening.
Well, I think as it relates to the skill game, part of it was the distribution, but there's also still questions that remain about, how much regulation would they have to deal with? Who all would be permitted to have these places, these games of skill? Would it just be, for example, liquor licensees, for example? Or would it be much broader distribution of these licenses? How many would be deployed? 3, 4, 5 each location? And also some of the things like the enforcement side of stuff as well is going to be important. We just couldn't reach consensus on that. And then also on the distribution piece of it. We're planning on putting a significant chunk into this year's budget to help close our fiscal structure we have there, gap we have there, and also the rest of it being deployed for transportation and transit going forward. We just couldn't close the loop on some of the aspects of how we regulate, how we tax it, how much we subject folks to along those lines. So it's frustrating that we're there, but we still have many months to go between now and the time we get there. But however, with regard to the skill games, Marty, I think someday mid-October is when those things become clearly illegal. And I know that that's going to be an issue for those licensees and other folks that have them in their location. They would then be violating the law. And then also dealing with liquor establishments. That would also be a violation and something they have to deal with under liquor license.
Wow. So all this stuff becomes illegal in October, sir?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, Supreme Court decision recently that said that. They gave us, I think it was 120 days to pass legislation either to regulate them, or if we can't regulate them and tax them, then the court said they're unconstitutional. They're slot machines, and we're not permitted to have slot machines in Pennsylvania outside of the casinos.
Will there be enforcement?
That's really a local question.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to be a local question for local police, local DAs, or state police across the state. We have met with the Attorney General, myself and my colleague, Senator Hughes from Philadelphia. We met with the AG. We're planning on meeting with the state police commissioner and also the LCB folks to figure out what their plans are going to be post-October. But hopefully we may not get to that. And I'm hopeful that we can reach a consensus on what we do with skill games and, more importantly, how we drive out those resources and distribute those resources.
Jay Costa never says no, always answers the call. Appreciate you, sir.
Thanks, Marty. Thanks for taking the call.
What's fascinating is I'm good friends with both of them. I've admired him for decades, and same with Kim. But this is politics, and it's bizarre how you can sit 6 Democrats and 6 Republicans in the same room and read them the same piece of legislation, and how the Democrats have a completely different opinion than the Republicans, and that's politics. And what happens is it leaves the general public disengaged, annoyed, confused, flabbergasted, disgusted, and kind of wondering what the hell really did happen. Jay Costa, good man.
Tickets for Kids will host the Dress Big Happy Hour on Wednesday, July 22nd from 4 to 7 p.m. in the Casamigos Club at PPG Paints Arena. Join sports celebrities and TFK's friends from the ticketing, nonprofit, corporate, and foundation communities for a silent auction, hors d'oeuvres, a cash bar, and the chance to play carnival games on the arena floor. For tickets, go to the events link at ticketsforkids.org.
This July, celebrate red, white, and blue along with beautifully made custom window treatments from La China Drapery and Blind Factory. For over 60 years, La China has been manufacturing custom draperies in their own Dormont factory, filled with thousands of yards of quality fabrics. Visit La China's Dormont or Wexford showrooms, tour their factory, or schedule free shop-at-home service. From measuring to professional installation, La China does it all. Call 412-665-4900 or go to lachinadrapery.com.
Transform your bathroom with the beautiful quality of Bath Planet. As a trusted leader in bathroom renovation, Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping seal, a symbol of quality and consumer confidence for over 100 years. Get half off installation or 18 months with no interest and no payments. Whether it's tub replacement, a shower replacement, or a tub-to-shower conversion, Bath Planet makes your custom bath fast, easy, and affordable. This special offer is only available by calling 800-208-8750. That's 800-208-8750.
Paid for by Bath Concepts Industries.
The Colonel is the king of chicken. That's why he's always had a beef with beef. But on Wednesdays, he's squashing the beef by frying it. KFC Country Fried Steak is here for only $4.99. Crispy golden outside, tender steak inside. Served with peppery gravy, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and a biscuit. At last, the Colonel and beef buried the hatchet in gravy. Get the $4.99 Country Fried Steak Wednesdays for a limited time only at KFC.
Prices and participation may vary while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax, tip, and fees extra.
Mommy, how come I can't sit in the front seat?
Because I love you and you're just not ready yet.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You've spent decades building your savings and planning for your future. Now the focus shifts from accumulation to protection, from growth to sustainable income you can depend on. I'm Brian Quaranta, and at Secure Money Advisors, we help retirees build structured retirement plans designed to help protect what they've worked so hard to build and preserve. To learn more, claim your copy of my book, Right Track Your Retirement, at righttrackpittsburgh.com, where your retirement journey begins on the right track.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 89 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Even with temperatures in the mid-90s, PennDOT says work on the Commercial Street Bridge replacement project is moving ahead. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has the details.
District 11 Executive Jason Zhang says he's concerned about the safety of crews working in the high temperatures, but says there are no plans to slow or stop the project.
These are tough people. They work around the clock. They work in snow and ice and hot weather. They're not going to stop.
Zhang says it takes committed men and women to do this kind of work, adding he's proud of the crews for pushing forward while making safety the top priority. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Astrobotic, the Pittsburgh-based space and defense company, is being purchased by a company in Denver. Voyager Technology says it has finalized a $300 million cash and stock deal to acquire Astrobotic, which will be known as Voyager Lunar Systems. Operations at its Pittsburgh headquarters and test facility in California will continue. Two artificial intelligence companies are preparing to take up office space in Bakery Square. The first, Jacobian, will occupy space in Bakery Square Office 3. Jacobian develops an AI imaging platform for radiologists. The second, Mind Vision Systems, is a local startup that maps and analyzes underground mines. MVS closed a $12.5 million Series A funding round last year. Allegheny County Council is expected to vote on a resolution later today urging UPMC to negotiate a contract with national staffing standards for nurses and advanced practitioners in McGee Women's Hospital. Neonatal intensive care nurse practitioner Michelle Hart tells KDKA Radio why she says council support matters.
Our main goal is for the best care and outcome and safety, as well as the patient care. We want the best optimal patient care for our community. So we feel like if we can, join forces with them, have their support, that will hopefully help us in our endeavor.
Hart says the push comes as a recent report found McGee was the most profitable acute care hospital in Pennsylvania last fiscal year, with $437.5 million in operating profit. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 82 points, the Nasdaq up 251, the S&P 500 up 29 points. KDKA Radio News Time, 1:32. Our next update, 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Spring, it is here, and it comes with heavy rain, high winds, storm damage. A damaged roof or fallen trees, they can quickly lead to water getting inside your home or business. The longer it sits, the worse it gets. ServiceMaster Greater Pittsburgh, ready to go 24/7, 365. They'll respond to that emergency. Do not wait. Demand the yellow van. Call 412-RECOVER, the best call to make in a terrible situation.
Demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Look, I hear this all the time, and folks get scared about their debt. If you're struggling with your debt, give my friends at Harold, Shepley & Associates a call. Right, Harold?
Absolutely. We have offices throughout Pennsylvania, but you never need to come into the office. It's always a free consultation, and there's no travel required, so there's no reason to pick up the phone and not give us a call.
And don't hide from it.
Yeah, there's no reason to be ashamed. You want to get back on your feet, and you need some help.
Check them out, ShepleyLaw.com.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Does your ginger beer suffer from a lack of bite and spice you expect from a ginger beer? Do your Moscow mules taste watered down? Then find yourself Jamaica's Finest ginger beer. Made with all natural ginger root oils, Jamaica's Finest provides you with that clean, intense ginger flavor you expect. Aromatic and spicy as if you were biting into a fresh piece of ginger, Jamaica's Finest ginger beer is refreshing on its own or perfect for any back porch beverage. Sure to become a permanent fixture in your Frigidaire, look for us in any Giant Eagle or Giant Eagle Market District, the gold standard of ginger beers, Jamaica's Finest.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sometimes historic events suck. But what shouldn't suck is learning about history. I do that through storytelling. History That Doesn't Suck is a chart-topping history-telling podcast chronicling the epic story of America, decade by decade, from the 18th century to the 20th. Original music and immersive sound design accompany us on our storytelling journey. Listen to and follow History That Doesn't Suck, an Odyssey podcast, available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be hot and humid with plenty of sunshine, a high up to 94, with AccuWeather real field temperatures approaching 100. Mainly clear, warm, and muggy tonight, though 72. For tomorrow, sunshine mixing with clouds, very hot and humid, the high 95. Real feels over 100. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
For all station contest rules, go to kdkaradio.com/rules.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us tomorrow on the Big K Morning Show, 5:30 until 10, 7 o'clock hour. Rich Fitzgerald with news around the region and a chance for you to win tickets to see Weird Al Yankovic.
Got to talk about the jail. Most of us don't care because it's a jail. You like to hell with them. Most of us don't care about the guards, the COs as they call them. You like to hell with them. Okay. But there was a murder in the jail in May. And what happened was heinous. up to 8 inmates were in a cell and literally beat a guy to death for 6.5 minutes. No one says they heard it. There was a CO, corrections officer, who's a female, that would have been in direct line of sight of that incident that went on for almost 7 minutes. I have been approached by several corrections officers who say that the old warden let it slide, he's leaving, and the new warden will be about the same or worse, and that criminal charges should be filed against several people related to the death of this man in the jail. Let me go through this. What that has done is now has corrections officers questioning why the hell they're doing this job. I want to throw some numbers at you. Using that incident as an example, there's supposed to be 2 officers on a pod, corrections officers. 2. Okay? In many cases now, if you have over 60 inmates, you have to have 2 officers. In that case, you had 90 inmates, 1 officer. You might say, I don't care, unless you're in the jail, unless your loved one's in the jail, right? So check this out. There are corrections officers right now that work 16-hour days. Huh? How about this? 16-hour days, and let's say the commute's an hour each way. Okay? If you take an hour to eat, you're going to sleep 4 hours a day. Maybe. And head back to this hellhole. You have a significant number of corrections officers working 16-hour days. That, my friends, is dangerous as hell. Why? Because they're short. They're short right now 100 to 150 officers. They make insane overtime. There are corrections officers making several $100,000 a year. Why? 16-hour days. How focused would you be working 16 hours a day? Okay? From the perspective of the corrections officers who provided me with exclusive inside information, weekends are powder kegs. Their words, not mine. On weekends, they're so short-staffed. There's 40 corrections officers in the building. There's supposed to be 70 to 90. That's dangerous. In fact, the officers kept telling me that one of us is going to die. In all caps. This place is against corrections officers, and nothing is going to change until one of us dies. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I have said this about corrections officers. It's a descent into hell every single day. Not a day goes by when they're not looking over their shoulder, afraid they could get stabbed to death. How? How? Shanks. Check this out. According to corrections officers, the inmates, they're given these little tablet computers, that the inmates are now breaking up the tablet computers and using them to make shanks, homemade knives. That the jail confiscated 30 shanks last month. Wow. They call it dangerous. They call it a tinderbox. One of my boys says one day, a few weeks ago, they were 30 officers short. One day. Barely enough to even accept prisoners. From one of my sources, yes, it will end bad. And this is how they describe the life of a corrections officer. It's like doing a jail sentence. And by the way, this is even more dangerous. The rookies take all the overtime, the 16-hour days. Why? They like the money. But here's the problem. They don't have the training. They don't have the experience. The veterans are burnt out, fried, sick of it, disgusted. Folks, I know you don't care about the jail. I know you don't care about inmates. I know you say to hell with them until it's your son or your daughter. And these corrections officers have husbands and wives, and they descend into hell every single day. I wanted to show how dramatically different and how dangerous this jail is. I wanted to bring cameras into the jail to show it. The warden said, no, we cannot guarantee your safety. Do you care? Probably not. Should you? Yeah. People say, why would you be a corrections officer? It's a job in law enforcement, and they do like the money. But folks, do the math on 16-hour days, and you tell me how long you would last. Do the math on one corrections officer instead of two. Do the math on shanks, knives, homemade, made from busted up computers. And remember where I started this conversation. A man in a cell was murdered, and 8 inmates, 8 of them, were allowed in that cell for 7 minutes. 7. I talked to veteran corrections officers who say it was the most disgusting, bloodletting, violent incident they've ever seen in their entire lives. The entire cell was full of blood. And a man was dead. 7 minutes. They were in there alone with him. No one heard it? Come on, man. He's gone. A guy called and hung up. It is by far a tinderbox. And I know guys that are there every day and hate it and say at some point one of them is going to get killed. And then maybe you'll care when it's too late.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
CCAC fall registration is open, and you can still sign up for summer class. Get this. Whether you are a new or existing CCAC student, currently in high school, or enrolled at another university, CCAC summer classes are a win-win. Folks, they're affordable college credits. They can speed up your education or transfer to more than 500 colleges and universities. Visit ccac.edu and start saving a bundle.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life, your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Every time I've had CertaPro painters do work on my home, I really appreciate their professionalism. They make it worry-free, and it starts with a free estimate, all at the right price. And I love that each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Hi, this is Larry Richard. It's the perfect time to reach out, get CertaPro painters to visit your home. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. You'll be so glad you did. Trust CertaPro painters. And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog! Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. F&B continues with major additions in its headquarters metro, hiring Jamie Rodolini as regional banking executive for the Pittsburgh area at First National Bank, its largest subsidiary. Rodolini, a veteran banker at large financial institutions in Pittsburgh, most recently served as market retail leader at KeyBank for the past 3 years. A Pittsburgh native, she had previously built an 18-year career at PNC Bank, starting as a loan operations manager, progressing through several promotions culminating to Merchant Services Territory Sales Manager. Also, Duquesne Light Holdings has named Jennifer Kustra as its Vice President and Chief Human Resources Officer. Kustra will begin her role at the Pittsburgh-based utility, the parent company of Duquesne Light, on August 10th. She'll be responsible for strategic human resources, employee development and experience, and retention initiatives at the company, which employs about 1,800 people. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I've been at this for 25 years. I know a lot of CEOs. They hate the job, but they like the money. They're worried about their safety. They are. They're deeply concerned about the fact that they're so short that on pods where there's supposed to be 2 CEOs, there's 1. And sometimes you got 1 CEO and 90 inmates. That's flat out friggin' scary. And think of this environment, man. So they give them computers. Now, they don't all do this, but think of the mindset, brothers and sisters. They're busting up the computers and making knives out of the plastic. Hello. folks, they had 8 inmates alone in a cell with one guy and beat him to death for 8 minutes. No one knew. Hello. Come on, man. No one heard this? The 15-hour, has anyone out there worked a 16-hour day? I have. You start to stutter. You see double. And you're in this environment where guys are throwing urine on you and fecal matter and other bodily fluids, if you know what I'm saying. I ain't taking that job. One of my boys, his son, graduated from Duquesne, and he wanted to be a corrections officer. I got on the phone and said, no, you can't. For the corrections officers that listen, God bless you. I don't know what you do.
And Marty, if I can interrupt,
yeah, but go.
That becomes, and I've never been in prison, not a corrections officer.
Yeah.
But just from a distance, that itself can become a lifestyle.
Oh, please.
So if you're dealing with that 16 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Well, hold on. To your point, here's what happens. So I'm a young man. I now make $300,000. I now spend that much. So if I start working 8-hour days, I lose my house and car. That's where you're at. It's insane. And my man, can you imagine what you would feel like with people who want to kill you?
Nope.
And you're working 16 hours?
No. Just the fact that you're working 16 hours alone puts you on edge.
I have friends that are in there right now. And I sent this, by the way, to several judges who are involved with the jail. I sent this to several law enforcement people who are involved with the jail. And they suggest this is endemic, that it can't be fixed, that it's dangerous as hell, and that it's a culture that is violent and deadly. What happens is the county releases this list of the highest paid employees every year, and they're all jail guards, corrections officers. No kidding. They're working 16-hour days, getting their asses kicked. One of my boys, one of my closest friends, is there every day. He said it's bad over there. I know you don't care until your son's in there. I know you don't care until your son says, hey, maybe I'll be a corrections officer. I know you don't care until you're in there for a DUI or a minor shoplifting case. I know you don't care because you don't have to work 16 hours a day. But I've talked to several corrections officers who reached out to me anonymously in the last week because they think one of them's going to die. And that is insane. One of my boys said his sis works 2 16-hour shifts a week as a nurse for the county. I could not do that. I couldn't do it, brother. You lose focus. You get weird. You make bad decisions. And in the jail, ma'am, you tell me about an environment where 8 inmates are allowed in a cell to beat a man to death for almost 7 to 8 minutes with blood, all of his blood in there. And no one heard it? If that doesn't scare you, folks, ain't nothing going to scare you. For the COs, I hope someone's listening. I hope someone cares. Because I don't want to report that a sergeant was punched in the face. Punched in the face last week. Yeah. bad, man. And it's dangerous as hell. Colin Dunlap is next.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Are you ready to take a walk on the wild side and have some family fun? Get to Living Treasures Animal Park in the Laurel Highlands. Living Treasures has animals from all over the world. With over 300 animals you and the family will love. Their concession stand is now open weekends for family fun. Stay at the Log Cabin Suites with up to 6 bedrooms available. Plan your staycation today at funanddonegal.com. Living Treasures Animal Park of the Laurel Highlands, where animals are loved.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.